Hi, hello. Welcome to Rock Magic's presents The Gears of Revolution. I am a humble or not so humble game master for this ongoing campaign. I just want to kick things off by asking everyone to introduce themselves. I'll begin. I'm Richard. My pronouns are he, him. And now, if our players would be so kind.
Hi, my name is AJ. I go by AJ, and she, her.
My name is Kim, also she, her.
Hi, I'm Kristen, she, they.
Hi, Lane, he, they.
Lauren, she, her.
Hello, I'm Michael. Sometimes I'll go by Fitz. He, him.
Thank you. And thanks to any viewers watching us live on Twitch, or those of you joining us when we eventually push the stream onto YouTube. If you'd like to learn more about Rock Magic, feel free to visit us at rockmagicgames.com. We host drinking and dragging events throughout the city of Chicago almost every week, and we also offer Gamemaster services if you're looking for a GM for your group, both online and in person, and a wide variety of systems. Now, as for this campaign, we will be playing an incredible pre-published adventure written by and publishing that I've been a fan of for a very, very long time. Of course, I made changes to it based on our characters that you will soon meet, and we will make more changes depending on where the story goes. We will be using Pathfinder 2nd Edition system to play this, and we are streaming this on Boundary Virtual Tabletop. As a word of warning, several of our players are new to both Boundary and Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so for those experts out there, I ask for some grace. For the first several sessions, it's going to serve as a little bit of a learning experience, and I personally love teaching players new systems, so please bear with us. We'll get the hang of it eventually. And while I have GM'd Pathfinder, and I've used Boundary Virtual Tabletop a lot, this is my first time actually streaming again, so word of warning, there may be some technical issues. Please bear with me as I get my feet under me. That being said, I hope you would join me in rooting and celebrating for these characters and these players as they begin their journey through that world, because we all know the dice won't. Does anyone have anything they want to add? Are you ready for me to kick things off? No?
Let's
All
go.
Let's go.
Right. All right. All right.
We're gonna die horribly.
Yay.
It's gonna be great.
Absolutely
Please
bad
don't.
horribly. Okay. 500 years ago, the Elagian goddess, Sarasma, manifested physically as the elves sought to reclaim lost lands, but were defeated when their goddess was slain. The death of the goddess had tremendous repercussions across the world. The nation of Danner collapsed in chaos as it became a dead magic zone, and the seat of the clergy moved from there to the east, where it founded the nation of Cressilia, in which were once elven homelands. Even in Reason, a nation across the Avery Sea, the great malice wrought by the death of Sarasmas foretold great change. The voice of Lot, one of the mighty Fey Titans, awoke from its slumber and cast a pall across the sun. The Rosari king at the time, King Duquesne, wielding the legendary Sword of the Black Needles, fought the Fey Titan for 3 days and nights, until both realized they could not win. Duquesne cast aside his sword and conceded his crown to his successor, and the Titan returned to its slumber. Many believe that the Sword of Black Needles were ever to be recovered, it would signal the resumption of battle for the voice of Lot and threaten the very existence of the world. In the years since Duquesne fought the voice of Lot, the nation of Reaser turned its attention to the southern neighbors, a collection of unaligned states ruled by dragon terns, and Danner turned its attention inward, spurning magic and turning instead to industry, until at last it contested control of the lush Yersol archipelago with Reaser. The First Yersol War began 155 years ago, when the sovereign of Danner, Valham Gier, issued the Declaration of Habitat Art Sud Strategy, which stated that Danner required fertile lands outside of the dead magic zone to support its growing population, even if it meant taking land by force. Nation of Danner employed hit-and-run tactics, harassing and pillaging Rosari settlements, and refusing to take the battle directly to the Rosari beach. Under pressure from the House of Nobles, the Rosari king conceded the loss of several islands to Danner, and the war was brought to an end 15 years after it began. A little over 35 years later, King Lorcan Finn attempted to regain control of the lost land, but lost decisively in the Second Year-or-So War, as he failed to take into account evolved Danoran technology. Besides, he suddenly had another problem on his hand. In the coastal city of Flint, a town of loggers and fishermen, a coven of witches arose atop Cauldron Hill. Attempting to ease relations between the two nations following the Second War, Dana sent one of their skilled marksmen to assist the king and his close confidants in destroying the coven, bringing peace to two warring nations, or at least peace for the next 50 years. In 457 AOV, or after our victory, Third Year-or-So War began with the assassination of Queen Melissa of Riesland. But this war would fall Rieser's way as privateer Eodhan Lusterman and his crew steal the Lucius Inscusus, the first grand frigate of the Danoran fleet, with the help of the archfey Bashala and her giant kraken. Shiraj and other Danoran coastal cities found themselves under heavy bombardment, and the nation surrendered. Interestingly enough, in Riesland, kings are crowned not through lineage, but by deeds, and Eodhan took the throne after the war and began encouraging the development of industry, for he knew, as all did, the next war was soon coming. And in the south, in Bear, an orc named Bruce Leroy began to unite the disparate tribes and monstrous races into a new nation, one free of the tyranny of dragons. 10 years ago, 490 AOV, the Fourth Year-or-So War began, and ended 7 years later, with Rizur having lost many islands to Dana. But Dana's victory was hollow, as they suffered heavy losses to their chiefs. And since the end of the Fourth Year-or-So War, there's been talk amongst gentlefolk of an attempt at reconciliation between the two nations, a more diplomatic solution to bring peace to the conflict that had been raging for over 150 years. But whether that will come to pass remains to be seen. 40 years ago, when King Eodhan took the throne, the city of Flint was little more than a second-tier port, still struggling to overcome the stigma of having once been the domain of a coven of witches. But with the ending of the Third War, Eodhan declared that Flint would be his nation's seat of industry. Mines in the Anthrax Mountains poured iron and coal downriver to Flint's harbor. Old forests within the city limits were clear-cut, and factories erected to build guns, refine alchemicals, and forge steel rails and train cars. Thousands of immigrants and villagers seeking prosperity in the new industry crowded into shabby flop houses and tenements around the factories. When those were filled, they built new slums on the side of the city's steep hills. Smoke and soot poured forth into the water and the sky, choking lungs and blotting out much of the natural light. And criminal elements took root beneath those dark clouds, growing strong and feeding on the desperation of a new population. In some places, Flint's historical beauty still endures. In the Governor's Island Mansion, or atop the haunted Cauldron Hill, or deep in the heart of the Cloudwood, or on the bayou plantations of Pine Island. The confluence of people from so many stations has inspired great art and technological innovation, but cracks between competing groups are straining the peace, and all it would take is a few disasters to drive the city apart. And now, it is the first day of spring, 500 years after the fall of Sarasma, and rain falls from the skies in the city of smoke and shadow. It is a dirty rain, tainted by the pollution of the factories around Parody Lake. Most people this morning wear dark-hooded overcoats or carry heavy umbrellas. A few lamplighters patrol the city, relighting any lamps that have been doused by the downpour. Along the streets, a lone covered carriage rattles its wheels across the cobblestones. Its driver perched atop the vehicle emblazoned with the symbol of the RHC, the Royal Homeland Constabulary, a fairly new organization founded by King Eodhan to serve as the national investigative force, much to the chagrin of local police corps. The driver is a tall man, well past the age of retirement, with a top hat perched slightly askew on thinning grey hair, and a single-lit cigarette droops from his lips. the smoke of the leaf of Nicodemus bringing a acrid scent to the already polluted air. In the pre-dawn hours, the carriage comes to a stop on Pine Island, taking shelter underneath one of the looming pine trees that give the area its name. In the darkness in the pre-dawn hours, we see our first constable arrive for the carriage. I will eventually pick them all up and take them to the constabulary offices where they would begin their first day on the job. AJ, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. Sanai has very human-ish features to her. There are some very strong accents, her eyes, her cheekbones, a face is a little bit, you might almost say, kind of prime, or it looks like there's something that doesn't quite fit with that humanness nature to it. She's a dark-skinned, chocolate-colored. She has kind of like a braided mohawk, so he's kind of like shaven on the side. Hair's kind of up, the back parts are kind of like locked and kind of matted, nicely put together, though pristine. She wears kind of all black overcoat. She's kind of pristine and tied up tight, kind of as far into the corner, trying to hide inside the shades as you can see. And if there was some type of light that was shining on her, it would literally just shine in on her eyes. That's kind of her silhouette is placed in the corner. At the current moment, she kind of looks off in thought out the window at the rain as it falls. There's no worry in her eyes, no fear. If anything pretended to bring fear to her, that would be a problem for them, not her.
You enter the carriage, and the carriage driver closes the door behind you. He flips up the collar of his jacket just to protect him from the rain, calls back, "You're just a burst. Want to pick up the rest nets, make yourself comfortable, and don't expect this to be a regular thing. It's a first day thing, courtesy of Delft. From here on, you're responsible for your own transportation." And he whips the whips of his carriage, and the horses take off again. The wheels begin to turn, and it's a little slow going because most of Pine Island is mostly dirt roads and have turned to mud. Every now and then he has to stop, give the carriage a little bit of a push before it continues on. Eventually, the dirt roads of Pine Island begin to turn to cobblestones as they enter the more affluent middle-class area of the west and east banks. They stop at the west bank first, where there are actually two people waiting there, who may or may not have introduced themselves to each other. But why don't we say, Kim, why don't you introduce yourselves first?
All right. Well, Dahlia is a gnome, so she's pretty small, wrapped up in a dark overcoat against the rain, trying to keep her hair dry, because if it gets wet, it will frizz. She is fairly young-ish, purple, bright purple hair, kind of goldish, greenish eyes, and she has a little sort of clockwork pigeon perched on one shoulder, also sort of hunched against the rain.
And standing maybe like a good distance away, Lauren.
Vincent Advent of Raymore is probably standing in the middle of the street, looking up at the sky. He doesn't have a coat. He doesn't have an umbrella. Rain is just glistening off his bald blue head. He's a goblin. He's very small and big eyes just staring up at the sky, because as the clouds peek through, he can see the start of the new spring sun. And just waiting in the middle of the street for his ride, his galoshes full of water and wet, and his clothes kind of all pinned together from scraps that he's found, all meaningful and all purposeful, with a big sling satchel around his waist, just ready for the day.
The carriage rolls to a stop, like right in front of Vincent, and you see the carriage driver just call, "Hey, out of the road! We got places to go, things to do." "Oh wait, you're one of them new ones, yeah. Get on in and stop standing in the middle of the road. People got things to do. They've got lives, places to get to. In."
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And I know there was someone else I was picking up on you. And someone's already in there. You could talk to her if you like.
Right.
He reaches over and he opens the door for the both of you. You can hop in and you see Sanai in the carriage already.
Morning.
Good morning.
It's a great morning.
Sorry, my name is Dahlia. What is your name?
My name is Sanai. It is nice to meet you, Dahlia.
Dahlia.
Or-
Yeah. Lovely to meet you.
I'm Vincent. Nice to meet both of you. You can call me Vinny or Vincent or Cent or
Oh.
whatever.
I'll call you Vincent. You'll be Vincent to me.
That is my name, so that works.
Mhm.
As the door shuts behind you and you have this kind of awkward first interactions, the carriage continues on. It doesn't travel very far, just crossing the West Bank, over a little bridge to the east, where there's a lot of coffee shops and bakeries, and you can smell the smell of freshly baked bread in the morning, as the bakers have already been there for a couple of hours. And scent of coffee is also wafting through the air, almost overpowering, but not quite, the thick cloud of pollution that hangs over the entire city. And standing there on the West Bank as the carriage rolls to the stop, Kristen.
Yeah. So, kind of sitting over there by one of the little bakeries is Lou. Lou is a Gripply from the Short Tongue Gripplies, and he is about 2 feet tall. Kind of like you ever seen a green tree frog, just those big old beady eyes, but just a lovely, lovely sort of verity color. He's got a hunting jacket on, and it's protecting him from the rain, although you don't mind getting wet. And you can see kind of in a sling across from him, he's got a little gun in a holster. And he is patiently waiting with those bright eyes.
The carriage driver opens the door. I think you're number 4. Got 2 more to pick up after you. I would like to get going and start my break. I'm already late, so.
Oh, all right. And I just hop right up into the carriage.
Yeah, you just hops inside, lands inside the carriage, where you see 3 other of your new co-workers. And the carriage driver closes behind you and begins rolling.
Raining cats and dogs out there.
Oh, quite. Yeah. Sorry. Dahlia? And your name
Oh.
is
Dahlia, I'm Lou.
Lou.
And I reach out my little grippy little fingers.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
And you got 2 friends here you already made?
I'm Vincent. Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi, Vince. Anyone ever call you Vinny?
Sometimes it happened.
It is so great to meet you, Vinny. You're beautiful.
Wow. That is an introduction. I am Sanai. It is great to meet you, Lou.
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 Hi, Sanai. Can I sit next to you?
I don't think I have a choice. It's a very small carriage.
And I just hop up. I sit right next to Sanai.
Hmm.
The carriage
She's
continues on.
so uncomfortable.
Sanai's sort of edging away, trying to push herself as close to like the edge of the carriage walls as possible. As probably Vincent and Lou are just being these balls of bundles of joy together. The carriage continues on, past East Bank. It skirts around the walls of the Central District, past the Cloudwood, and past the nettles. As the sun begins to rise over the crest of Fulton Hill at the edge of the nettles, you all hear a muffled curse from the carriage driver, and those of you that decide to look out can see him really quickly making a sign of Diogenes and offering a quick prayer as he picks up the pace. The carriage wheels faster past Fulton Hill. You eventually begin to arrive on Bosun Strand, where the dockers and the fishermen are already out in force, making their way to lower Flint Bay to begin their day's work. It eventually comes to a stop outside what looks to be a kind of a meeting house of sorts, where just people who just need a good place to stay amongst their folk end up staying. Fitz, would you like to introduce your character?
So, the carriage driver is probably very upset because at first we do not see my character. My character has gotten lost and is a block away.
Of course.
However, seeing probably the RHC logo or initials emblazoned on the side of this carriage, a very tall, very broad, full-blooded orcish man comes sprinting down. It is pouring rain, so he is holding this very dented and patched shield over his head. He is wearing what looks like ragged, once nice-ish, maybe upper middle class, like imagine like Spanish conquistador-looking clothes, like big billowy sleeves. But thrown on top of that is a haphazard mesh of different types of heavier armor to create kind of a mishmash breastplate with a huge apologetic grin. Says, sorry, here is where we're meeting, not there.
Yes, here, at this cross section of Argyle and Belmont, right here.
Yes. I'm very sorry, my friend. Do you? I can hold my shield over your head, and it's very cold and wet.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
If you would like,
It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Sir Emmanuel Goodfellow.
So we can get going. Listen,
I just want to say hello.
I'm this close to retirement. This is my last gig. I'm picking you all up. I'm dropping you off. I retire. I get my pension, and I'm done. So get in the cab and let's go.
You're retiring. That's great.
All right, I'm just gonna go. You can walk the rest of the way.
He starts going, and I throw open the door and kind of climb in. And Emmanuel is a very broad orc, despite being what looks like well past middle age, well into old age at this point, with a gray beard and once black hair that is just streaked with gray or just white in a lot of places. Still has the powerful build of maybe a bodybuilder in his prime, and says, Sir Emmanuel Goodfellow, you will need to move because I likely need 2 seats. Very broad.
Why are all of you so wet?
It is it's raining, ma'am.
Raining outside, yeah.
Umbrellas,
I have my shield.
Oh gosh.
Do you want it?
No.
I can laugh.
Dry you off.
Anybody, if that'll make more room, we can buddy up.
You can sit in my lap if you would wish.
That's fine.
Hello there, little one.
As I jump up on your lap,
hello?
I'm gonna dump out my galoshes and get the water that's been just
that's good.
around.
That's good. That's good. I had a stain on my pants, so that fixes that right up.
Okay.
And I just kind of looks out towards the carriage. Excuse me.
Excuse her.
Yes.
How many more people are we grabbing? There's not enough room back here, and I feel as if I'm not going to be able to breathe soon.
You're welcome to walk if you'd like, but we have one more person we're grabbing.
I mean, at least most of us are pretty small. Mostly.
That's
are small. Now, if you'd like, one of the small folk can get in the trunk.
No,
Oh.
that's rude.
You don't have to do that. Would it
I
be
don't know what's
easier if
happening.
I stood? I can stand.
No,
No,
Not very tall. I'll have to crouch down.
I don't like that. He was very rude. I don't like it.
not. I mean, you heard him. He's close to retirement, so doesn't matter. I guess if he's rude.
You better make sure he makes it to retirement and doesn't get
Uh.
fired beforehand.
Why would he get fired? He seems like a lovely man.
Well,
bit
his
impatient.
carriage is extremely wet and he didn't take care of his customers.
I think that might be because of us.
No, it was because of him. It was
Oh.
his job.
I'm sorry.
I think it might have been me. I poured a lot of water in here.
You did!
True.
That is,
There's a lot of water.
that may be true. However, I don't like his remark.
As you're all talking, you see that there's like a little slit that sort of lets you speak to the carriage driver out, and he just kind of very slowly just shuts it.
Goodbye!
And continue on. Eventually, if you're looking out the window, see yourself passing through one of the gates that lead from some of the outside areas to the much more affluent central district, which is definitely a more place where a lot of the government buildings are, universities, a lot more high upscale shops. This is pretty quiet at this point in the day. It's not yet, maybe 8 or 9 in the morning. As it comes to a stop to pick up the last of the people. Lane.
Yes, so I believe I'm standing, I have a cigarette in my hands, I'm smoking in the rain. And as the carriage pulls up, I throw the cigarette onto the ground. It's another day, mon Dieu. And you can see that I have long black coat, very nice, but very old, stained, strange stains. We don't know what they are. I am a very pale, very thin, very frail boy. Boy, man, it's difficult to tell. I have long, curling ram's horns. This is probably the most prominent thing you see about me. And they are very almost shining white, opalescent almost. And you can see small, thin veins of blue, almost as if it is very, very thin horn. You could break it almost, but you should not try. I have a strong jaw, but very, very tired eyes, probably because of all the smoking. And aside from this coat, I have also a bandolier across my chest with little pouches. Very mysterious. Don't know what is inside. I open the door of the carriage as it pulls up for me. I see all these people. No. Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Morning.
You can sit in my lap if you want.
It is a very tight carriage, as you can see.
Yes, I see that. Okay. Then I think I just like stick like one leg in. Just try and like move around, sit down. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
What's your name, friend?
Okay. Alexias, you can call me, huh?
Alexias.
That is what I said. Okay. We get the show on the road, huh?
I like this one. Yes, let's get this show on the road. Is that
Get
what you
this
said?
show on the road.
Right, some of us then.
As soon as that door shuts, the carriage was already rolling. It's definitely going a little bit faster than it should be, judging from the shouts of like people in the streets that curse at him as they jump out of the way of the speeding carriage. He wants to get this done just as much as anyone else.
Well, I'm enjoying myself.
Mm-hmm.
Does it smell like smoke to anyone else?
Is there a fire?
A bit.
It's Flint. It smells like smoke all the time.
I think you pan over and I have already lit another cigarette in the car.
Oh, that'd be it.
I offer you one. You like?
What
Yeah.
is it?
I don't smoke.
You're lost.
Oh.
The carriage continues on for maybe another half hour or so. It's a little past 9 o'clock. So it is late. It is a little late. You arrive a little later than you were expected to. The carriage driver quickly opens the door, and then he just jumps off of his seat. You can all get yourself out. lobby's that way. Sure, Peggy's in there. She'll give you the what for. Goodbye, good riddance, farewell. And
Thank
he just
you.
he just takes off his hat, rolls it out the building, and just starts walking off into the rain.
Good friends. Enjoy
Happy
our
retirement!
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Is that what we should
Bye.
expect when we retire?
I go to pick up his hat because that's littering.
I go
Pick up
to
the
inspect and see if anyone's watching this free carriage that is now just sitting here on the street.
I'm gonna go with you.
Is these?
There's definitely a few other carriages with the orange scene all parked out in front of the building. So, no. You can all make your way inside, those of you that want to put a shield over, an umbrella, or whatever you need to do to get inside. Some of you just ignore the rain, just plop in. You enter the lobby, it's fairly pristine, and there's an immediate vocal wince as those of you track mud and water into this pristine lobby. And you see in front of the lobby there's two doors, one leading further in, one leading to what looks to be a more of a commissary kind of place. And there's a desk in the middle of the lobby with this woman who has this mess of curly hair just pulled back into a messy bun. And she winces, but she shakes it off, says, "Hello, good morning. I suppose you're our new constables. First day of work."
Yes.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I'm Peggy. I'd be happy to show you around today. We have some quick orientation, show you where things are, and then I've got some paperwork for you to fill out. And then I think Assistant Inspector Duft would like to see you once that's all done. He's in a meeting with Lady Inspector smog-choked, so once that's over, he'll come and collect you. But I'm going to show you where everything is. I'm very glad you're all here, and if you need anything, please feel free to ask.
Thank you,
Gives you a
Peggy.
big smile.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Of course. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. No smoking in here, by the way.
This is not smoking.
I think it is.
No, this is
What?
fine.
All right. It's a little bit above my pay grade to deal with, so I'll let Doctor deal with it. She says, "Please follow me," and she grabs like the sheet of papers from from her desk, and she leads you to the door behind her desk into a hallway. She's kind of using the toilet. Down this hallway is the quartermaster's office if you need any supplies, as well as the evidence room and the secretary pool. If you need use of them, they can write you letters, send them out to some of our couriers to deliver them, whatever you need. Evidence lockers down there. Well, morgue is back there too. She points out the various doors as she walks down the hallway to what looks to be a stairwell. Downstairs are the holding cells, including one we keep, ringed with gold to ensure that no one can teleport in or out. So if you ask anyone, they're a mage or some sort of spellcaster, lock them up in there. It should be good. And she begins to head up the stairs. It's just like another one story up. The second floor, she pauses. Okay. Lady Inspector Saxby's office is down there. I would not bother her if you would like to keep your job. Anything you want to run by her goes to Assistant Inspector Duff's office first. Break room is here, and this is the officers of Corleo's crew. They're the ones Lady Inspector Saxby hired. And this is Duff's office. He's with Saxby right now, but I'm sure he'll come collect you when he's ready to meet his new team. And this, and she pushes open the door, are your officers. And you look in and you see what look to be 6 tables, 2 of them like in pairs pushed to face each other, so you can like talk to each other. There's an investigation board, filing cabinets, paper for you to use. There's a few typewriters on your desk, pens, quills, depending on what your preference is. Coffee machines in the break room if you need it, which is right down there. Tea's there too if you don't drink coffee. Why would anyone not? And she gives a smile. Oh, I also bought a box of pastries from the bakery near me. Best biscuits in town. You can find them in the break room if you need them. And she kind of walks over and she drops this sheet of papers on like one of her desk. This is just a paperwork to fill out, first day on the job, employment, that you will not hold us liable in the case of bodily harm or death, and all of that. general standard stuff. Fill it out. I have one of the secretaries come and collect it at the end of the day. But make yourself comfortable, talk to each other, get to know each other. From what I understand, the 6 of you will be together for what is hopefully a very long time. Any questions?
I'm so happy to hear that. Friends forever.
Okay.
And
I think.
sure.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thanks.
All
Thanks,
right.
Peggy.
All right.
Oh,
If you need me,
I
if
did have a question.
Yes.
Are the seats assigned, or can we choose our partners?
Choose your seats. Move the desk if you want. That's
Who
fine.
wants to be my partner?
Well,
Before you select partners, there's a pneumatic tube over there. Just drop a letter, throw it down. It'll come right to me. That's how you can contact me.
oh,
Have a good day. And she comes. Do you want the door open or closed?
I mean, it opens fine.
I'll close it.
So-
And she closes
Okay.
it and she walks off.
All right.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
I walk over and open it again. I'd prefer it open.
Yeah, we want to make friends here.
I just don't know why we'd have it closed. We're not doing anything like too serious right now. Just getting settled, doing paperwork. Right?
Yes. Which sack is ours?
I think.
It's just all in one big stack, and you see them in like almost like manila folders with your names on them.
Okay.
This is mine. I'm going to take a seat. Whoever wants to sit with me, that is your choice.
What are the arrangements, GM, about these desks?
You can move your desk wherever you want. That's free. It's your office. Do whatever the hell you want.
Hmm.
Does the window open? Because this is my main concern at this
The
moment.
window does open.
Excellent. I sit on the windowsill and I light up another cigarette. I do not touch these folders. I do not care. Anyone? I offer again.
I'm
No,
still
thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
No thanks.
No, thanks.
It's
I'm going to
okay.
have to run from the docks to here every day, so I don't think cigarettes will be good for me.
Yeah, they're no harm for you. They are good for you. They're good for everyone. Keep the mind sharp, huh?
All
That is
right.
not what I've heard.
How
Tell
many
me more about
windows?
cigarettes.
How many windows are in here? Are there 3, 2?
Yes. All right. If you want me to get super specific about this,
This is important.
Everyone
This
gets
is
a
when the
window.
turnout
measurements
It's a
are.
breakdown.
I'll say
Is it pine? Is it
The windows
ashwood?
look
Is it
out.
mahogany?
it's mahogany.
Ooh.
Mahogany. Mahogany.
Okay.
They definitely check this
La
out.
la.
It's definitely a fairly new building. You can tell because the stonework is not yet stained with soot, smoke, and all of that. It's still fairly white, made from white rock and limestone. There are windows that face out onto the street below, and if you look out, you can see the carriages kind of all lined up in a row. You do see someone kind of closing the door to the carriage you all exited and driving it off to get it cleaned off. You hear a few, because the window's open, I would say Alexias, you can hear him complain, man, some asshole made a big mess in all of us. Look at all this fucking water. And then he just takes the carriage down the street to clean it up. Let's say there are 3 windows along one side of the room. There's no other windows, just one door. There's no like pane, frosted pane or anything on that door. It's just a solid wooden door. The desks, there's the investigation, there's typewriters on all of your desks. There's all of your desks have their own little cups, mugs for coffee if you needed them. So they all have the symbol of the RHC just branded on them. Anything else you want to know about your officers?
What does the
Yeah.
window, what does it look out on? Like, what's our positioning within the
Sure.
city itself?
Your positioning is from where you are and what you can see the wall, the borders the central district right outside, and that leads to definitely more the Cloudwood Nettles area. And if you just look a little bit off to the left, in the corner of your eye, you can see what looks to be Cauldron Hill, which is this massive hill with this very infamous in reserve, just perched off in the distance. It's probably the largest landmark that you can see. Most of the buildings in this area are definitely one story, maybe 2 stories. You do know if you get closer to the more affluent areas like North Shore or the Aries and places like that, you'll start to see taller buildings. But for now, maybe the tallest building here is 3 stories at best. Oh,
So we can see a lot of rooftops.
yeah, you can see
really
a lot
around.
of rooftops for sure.
I like to perch,
Oh.
like to be able to look above it all and get a sense of the layout.
We definitely see people going to and fro. Now that it's like a little past 9, there's definitely a lot of government officials just to the nines, and some of them have servants with umbrellas following after them, just holding the umbrellas over their heads. People are getting ready. The workday has begun. It is definitely fairly empty. For those of you that have been in Flint a while, it is fairly empty just because of the rain. There's not a lot of shopping being done, and that is actually kind of normal for spring. The area around is very humid. It's very hot. This is a subtropical climate that you are in.
Well, I think I'm just gonna take my manila folder. I'm gonna just take a little look around, and well, no one else is choosing a seat. I'm just gonna, because the desk is a little taller than I am, so I'm just gonna kind of hop up, kind of like a kid getting into the seat.
Yeah.
And I got the one across from my friend here, Emmanuel, right?
Manuel, good fellow, but you can call me Emmanuel if you wish.
Emmanuel, cool.
Yes.
I'm Lou.
I am so sorry, I forgot to do introductions. Hello, Lou. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I can like. It's nice
Yeah.
to meet you too.
I very gently with my big hand, kind of just like. And then Goodfellow will get up and go to every single person and personally introduce themselves.
As you do that for Sanai, she's like very poorly dragging one of the desks towards the center window.
I'll pick up the other side. I'll help you out. I'm strong.
Oh, thank you very much.
Of course. Where do you want this?
I want my back to the center window, and my front towards the door.
Okay, I do it.
And then now I want that plant.
I do it.
And then I shake out my hand. Thank you, Emmanuel.
You are very welcome. Are you the one that's in charge here?
No,
Ah,
absolutely not. There's fear on her face. No, I am just a regular constable.
yes, me too.
Oh, hey, May 3.
I think it's all our first day, so I don't know that there's anyone among us in charge,
Yes, we're all on the same level, as you'd say.
Right.
Absolutely.
Good.
You sure you want the desk here? You sure you want your back to the window? This
I like
seems
to. Are these chairs spinning?
No, they're not
Aw.
spinning chairs.
Darn it.
No.
So
You can afford mahogany, but not spinny chairs.
We're 10 years away from
They're
spinning
not
technology.
spinning because it's
Right.
mahogany. They're beautiful mahogany, freshly carpented
Yeah.
chairs.
she
They're
kind
not
of
spinning.
leaves.
Are they upholstered?
Probably not if they're not spinning.
I hope not for your sake, because it will smell
There's
like smoke very
pillows.
soon.
There's like a stack of pillows if you want them off in a corner for you to
Ooh.
use. Sure.
Those will smell like smoke after a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you're lucky.
Oh God.
If we're lucky.
Is there fantasy for breeze invented yet?
Unfortunately, no. No fantasy
Okay.
degrees yet.
All
My
right.
goal is
One
to
of
make
you-
chain
one of you wants
smokers
to
out of the
invent-
entire group.
Oh boy.
That's how Alexias wins the game.
Oh, that's your win condition.
I see.
Screw the plot. If everyone ends up a smoker, you're a winner.
You've won.
You've secured your place in heaven.
Oh my gosh.
Ah. No, but I asked only because it seems like a good opportunity place. If an assassin or someone wanted to come in, they should right at that window, right at your back.
We are officers of the law. Who would attack us?
Ah,
Hmm.
good question. I would imagine that is what we've been hired to find out.
A
I pay
mystery.
attention. I'm moving it on the side now.
I help.
Oh. You shift the desk a little bit at that.
We all have to watch each other's backs, right? We'll try and make sure nothing's coming at you from out the window. Yeah? So,
If it makes anyone feel any better, I'm a very thick man, so you can stand in front of me or behind me, whichever direction the bullet will be coming from, and I will probably block it with my body.
I hope it
Wow.
doesn't come to that, but
Yeah.
thank you.
So that just reminded me that there is fantasy Febreze and it's called prestidigitation. Unfortunately,
Ah,
none of you are picking it.
wait.
Thanks, chat.
no!
No, wait. What is it called?
Prestidigitation.
Jason.
Ah,
Oh.
I don't
In
know
that
her.
way. Maybe someday.
Now, all right, you all kind of settle in. Those of you that want to do your paperwork, do your paperwork. Some of you
I'm-
may head out, get some of the pastries. There's a
Ooh,
lot of
yeah.
muffins and whatever you call those savory breakfast pies. I don't remember what they're called. Whatever. Get some coffee if you want it, tea if you want it. Yes, Fitz.
Sorry to keep interrupting. However, I think Emmanuel has quickly established himself as the goer in this group. And so anytime anybody needs a refill on coffee or an additional pastry, they're just like, can you get that? I'm like, yes, and runs off and immediately goes and grabs it.
He's got such long legs. He can
Yes.
get there and back so quick.
Yes. It keeps me in shape.
What a
Good to hear
saint.
you running.
I think
Never
after
heard
about
that before.
after about an hour of you all talking to each other, getting to know each other, or avoiding getting to know each other, if that's your preference, you hear a knock on your door. It's open, but he still knocks politely. And if you turn to look, you see Delft, Stover Delft. He is a middle-aged man, in his 40s or so. He's got a He's starting to bald at like the edges over there. It's creating a bit of a widow's peak over here. He's got a bit of a beard flecked with grey. He's got a nice brown suit on, some few watch chains and other bits of jewelry on. Says, constables, welcome to your first day. Follow me. And you see he has a cane and he just starts walking, tapping the cane every now and then.
Well, I think we should go.
I'm already following.
Oh yeah,
I have my
Walk
paperwork.
up,
Mhm.
follow him. He leads down the hallway towards his office. It's a very simple office. There's not a lot of upholstery or pillows or anything there. He has a couple of benches for you to sit on rather than chairs. His desk is pretty simple. It is stacked with papers just everywhere. And he kind of spins around. Before he sits in the chair, he gives it a quick tap with his cane, pulls it out, pops himself down. Glad you all made it here. One piece, okay. Everything's been good so far. You've been doing your paperwork. If you don't do your paperwork, you don't get paid. Honestly, if you don't want to do your paperwork, fine by me. I don't have to pay you. So, I just had a discussion with Lady Inspector Saxby. She and I have been talking about your first assignment, if you would. We've just received a very delightful lead for you. He stops at that and he kind of reaches for one of his desk drawers, got a bit of like chewing tobacco, shoves it into the corner of his mouth while he talks. There's a young woman, identity unknown, jumps out the fourth floor window outside the Denoan consulate, impales herself on the spars of the compound fence, perishes.
Is she all right?
You see him stare at you for a moment, and he turns away.
Another mystery.
Just pat your arm. Like, okay. It's not. It's not.
Technically, half of her is in our jurisdiction, which is good for you, because the fence it's landed on was 40 feet from the window. The other half of her was in the jurisdiction of the Denorans. This was at the Denoran embassy. Seems like our young victim had thoughts that she could fly. So, head on over. We just got this report maybe an hour ago. I believe the Flint police are already on scene cordoning it off. They might not take kindly to you. We're still working on establishing a better relation with them. But should be good. There's a carriage driver out there. You can take that. And I believe we have one more thing for all of you to decide. As part of your investigation, you are given a boat to use. There's nothing big, nothing fancy. You have two options: steam cutter or a very small sailing boat. When you get the chance, swing on over to the RHC docks out near Governor's Island. Someone will show you which one. Pick your boat. Yours to use, yours to name. I suggest using the cabs when you can, but boats will get you around faster if you need to travel between districts on the coast. This murder is maybe a mile and a half down the street. Any questions?
Yes, do we have any sort of identification for these police people? Are we just supposed to say, don't ask,
Yes,
we know what we're doing?
My bad. He pulls open his desk and he rummages through it, and he pulls out what looks to be some leather bifolds, and he just sort of hands them out. Identification for each of you, and he hands them out to each of you. And if you open them up, you can see it has like a silver star with your name on it, for you to use to identify yourself. Don't lose them. If you lose them, you pay for a new one.
How much are they?
Too expensive for you to afford on your salary.
I put a hand on you so that we will not lose them. I promise it will be fine. On Emmanuel's shoulder, to be clear.
You're reaching like up here.
Yeah, I'm like, it will be fine, friends.
Yeah. Now there's 6 of you. If you need to take 2 carriages, take 2 carriages. Up to you. Anything else?
Can you spell the name of the other district for me, please?
Central District.
The fence. You said there was a
The embassy?
There is a fence outside the Denoran embassy. Danoran.
Thank you. Let's see.
Denoran embassy is Danor, which 7 years ago the war between the 2 countries ended. The doc says, it goes without saying, be on your best behavior. Things between us and the Denorans are on shaky ground. We want to make sure we present our best front. We want to impress them. And if you impress them, you impress me. And if you impress me, you impress Saxby. And if you impress Saxby, you won't get your ass fired. Clear?
Clear.
Kristen.
Good.
All right.
Get going.
Thank you.
Good night.
Get going. There's no other questions. Head on out.
As we leave,
Nice.
Vincent will grab a stone out of his pocket and leave it on the desk and just say thank you for the badge and walk out.
He looks at the stone and is like, I'm
It's
sorry.
like a
man.
river stone, like
Trash
really
cans.
flat.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you. And
He
he'll
just kind of
just
holds it in his hand, and he just slowly opens like a drawer, drops it in, shuts it.
That is brilliant. I did not think to bring a gift.
well, he gave us the gift, so I wanted to give something.
That's good. I will have to pick up a gift and give it to him later.
We can
Just
find
to be
something.
clear,
You are
There's
not
very
give
dirt
us a gift.
all over the ground. You
Right.
just have to have a good eye.
what he gave us was issued It was not a gift.
Absolutely.
We will issue him a gift.
You will do that if that makes you happy.
Right.
Okay.
It will.
So, 2 carriages or 1? What are you thinking?
I mean,
I
Again-
kind of
real
one. I was
cozy.
one this morning, but it's like, some people seemed a little bit uncomfortable. But I'm happy with it either way.
I can drive, and that would leave much more room inside of the carriage.
Can we walk?
Oh,
It's only a mile and a half.
drive.
Yeah. Is it raining still?
It's still raining. The
I don't
rain is
know.
lessened, maybe like a warm drizzle at this point. It's not the downpour that you all came here in, but it's still raining.
Hmm.
I have to do the first murder mystery in the rain, so
Of course.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's the law.
I'm not against the idea of walking. I think it's maybe a little less threatening if we do not show up in an official carriage of some sort and acting as if we are all so high and mighty trying to take over our investigation,
I did want to
Sorry.
ask about that. So we are going to go and tell someone else that we are in charge, but that seems like a bad way to do it. Should we just be friendly and ask to help?
On our own authority, because we have authority.
And do not expect the Donorians to be friendly. They are not.
Well, if we just approach him like you would any other gentleman, we're here to help. Got
I'm good at
some
that.
questions?
People like me.
Yeah. Why don't we just walk on over? It don't have to be a big thing.
Sanai looks down at her shoes.
I mean,
No. We can walk. She takes those shoes off, goes to the office, changes into some boots,
Suit
tie
up.
him up. All right.
I was just thinking about, leaving another puddle in another place, but it's all right if everyone wants to walk. I'm fine with it. It's fine.
I can do piggybacks if you all would like.
That does not show that we have authority.
I think that
Yeah,
they would be very impressed by how many people I can carry.
sure, but the optics are maybe not great on our first one out. I don't know. Should all be on our own feet, maybe, for this first one.
Mhm.
Next time.
Yes.
Maybe
Tell me,
next time.
Will that little, and I want to gesture to the clockwork pigeon,
Hmm?
that is, the rain will not affect it.
No, he's all right. He's fine. He's doesn't love the rain, but he's fine. Won't bother him none.
All right. Well, it seems we have agreed to walk, eh?
I guess so.
Let us go.
Put on my hat.
Puts it all up, and you head on out. Peggy gives you a wave as you all leave. Oh, before you go, I know it's cold. You get a little cold with all the rain and water. 1 second, she sort of reaches under her desk, and she pulls out, like a half dozen thermoses. There's some coffee, hot, if you need it.
Oh,
Take it.
Thank
You are a
you.
saint.
Peggy.
Thank you,
Thank you
Peggy.
very much. I did not get you anything in return.
Oh, you don't need to give me anything. This is part of the job.
No, I will give you something. While we are
Oh,
out.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Racking up gifts today. Right.
Aye. Roll, head out into the rain. Hoods up,
God.
protect yourself from the drizzle. It's definitely has warmed up since the morning. The sun is out. It's cutting through some of the cloud cover. Most of the clouds just smog and smoke. Even though you're a good distance away from Parody Lake, it's still just ever present in the city until you get towards the edges. And you begin to walk towards the Northern Consulate. You definitely. It's a famous enough building. If you've been into Wild, if it's explored it, you know where it is. And so you're usually able to make your way towards the Northern Embassy. This early summer morning is definitely warm, muggy, and there is a foul breeze that is just stirring, blowing all that smoke and smog into you. You head towards the consulate, and to what looks to be a street that runs past the consulate. It has no buildings on the opposite side, just beach. But you see 4 Flint police officers that are trying to block off access to the Gawkers. And you see a black coroner's carriage that waits outside the consulate gate. The back door is open and its driver sits on the slab inside where the body should go, looking very bored. And the cops are just managing the crowd, saying, back, back, back. No gawkers. Get a move on, and all. It's just go. There's nothing to do with anything. Keep going. Move on.
Takes a deep breath. All right. We go. Let's go.
Let's go.
We walk forward.
Who's going to talk to them first?
Yeah,
I'll
I'm holding
do
up my
it.
badge, just
I'll do
walking.
it. Yeah.
And you all kind of walk, and one of the police officers kind of steps forward. Look at these high and mighty folks just walking around, holding up, flashing their badges wherever they go, expecting to be given admittance. Well, you know what? It's fine. We don't want to deal with this shit anyways. You want to deal with the Denorans? Deal with the fucking Denorans. I'm glad my job here is done. Goodbye.
Wait,
Time
wait.
is yours.
No,
What?
no. Emmanuel, if he would like to leave, let him leave. He could
No,
have
I was-
done the job other way.
That is mean. I was just going to
Oh,
ask your
you-
name, friend.
He's not going to give it to you. He's quite rude himself.
I am not so rude as not give the gentleman my name. I'm Bellaster.
Benester, I am Sir
Oh,
Emmanuel
sir.
Goodfellow.
He takes your hand, gives it a shake.
Thank you very much for entrusting us with this crime. We will solve the mystery.
Yeah, that's fine. Before you head in, I just have to give you a standard rundown of everything we know. He pulls out a little book, flips it open, flips through a couple of pages. He sort of holds it close so the brim of his hat is sort of covering the paper so it doesn't get wet from the rain. So,
I hold my shield over the paper.
That's-
You know what? Thank you. I like you. So, you
See?
responded
You
to
did
some
say.
panic witnesses this morning. I'm sorry, did you ask something? He looks towards Dahlia.
No, he was just saying how people like him, and you just said you liked him, so I said he was right. He's likable, so anyway.
Sure. I guess, sure. Anywho's, he goes back to the thing. So this responded to some panic witnesses, and by the time the first of my men got here, the Norns had taken the victim off the fence and carried her inside. But everyone had pretty much the same story. They heard gunshots, saw the women jump out of that window up there, and he sort of points up to the building, and you can see one of these large glass windows is shattered. And if you look out into the ground, you can see glass on the ground inside the grounds of the consulate. She saw her jump out the window and land on the fence. One scoundrel apparently stole some stuff off her body and ran away as she was bleeding out. The Denorans would let us inside, but I told them you'd probably be showing up, and they said they wouldn't get rid of the body. Not my problem, yours now. The guy you want to talk to with the Denorans, his name is... he's the security chief. Julian Liebrix. Can handle the
Julian?
investigation from here, right? Do
You
need
said
my name?
Julian
Julian Liebrix.
Liebrix. Thank you.
If I may ask you a singular question before you leave, my friend.
Sure.
You said that there were gunshots. Did the woman have any bullet holes in her?
The Denorans took her inside before we got here.
Okay.
And who saw this scoundrel you say stole from the body? Who reported this?
I think that gentleman over there, and he points to like a man that's sort of standing under the rain over there, is the one that saw it.
Right.
Right.
Suppose we should talk to him as well.
One of us should
Right.
talk to this witness, yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
anything else you want us to know? Or
Nothing that I want to know? No. Is there anything else you want to know? Then maybe I know. I can't think of anything.
Hey, Richard, can I do a lie to me check?
Sure. Let me roll this. So, very first roll of the game, and I'm the one that has to make it. So, at this point, I'm going to actually switch to a different. There we go. I don't think people are going to be able to see this spell. Let me just roll this.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to delete that. Let's try make this private. Alright, here we go. Add the bonus. You don't get the sense that this person is lying to you. You get the sense of being truthful. I think the only sense you get is that it's not that he doesn't like you, or he's just a little aggravated that his job is being taken away from him by these newcomers who've been established in the city.
I'll just reach out my hand to thank him, to shake his hand from below.
You reach down and shake your hand.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your due diligence here today.
He kind of looks down at you. It's kind of like a little bit of a nod of like gratefulness. Thanks. Do you need me here, or?
You are excused if you would like to be. I mean, I don't mean to make that call. If everybody else feels comfortable with that decision.
I'm all right. Yeah. No, get out of the rain if you can.
Go get yourself some coffee, yeah?
All right. Have a good day. Good rest of your day.
You as well.
Oh. Take care. All right, man. Back to the offices. Those assholes to deal with it. Good luck.
Oh,
Gives you a quick salute. Heads off into the rain.
Right?
Where are the assholes?
What?
He said the assholes will take care of this.
it.
We have not met them yet.
We'll talk about that later. Let's just get talking to witnesses and see
We
if
have-
they're ignoring to let us see that body.
We need to talk to this witness over here, and then we need to talk to this Julian. Huh?
Yeah.
Start.
Should we split up?
Thursday.
That is fine with me.
If
Um,
6 people are standing asking questions, it feels a little intimidating.
I agree with
Right.
you.
Very true.
Yeah.
I'm interested in going to see the body.
Me too.
Oh, was that blunt? I'm sorry.
No. We do have to do it anyway. So yeah, no. Let's maybe one or two of us stay behind. Talk to.
Yes,
Hello.
member bros that we each take a partner. We have 2 of us speak to this witness, 2 to this Julian, and 2 go and inspect the body, yeah?
I think we'll have to
Sure.
talk to Julian before they let us see the body. But yeah,
That
that
makes
makes
sense.
sense. But yeah,
I would also like to see the body.
sure. Well,
All
it
right, me
sounds
and B.
like okay. I am fine with going to also talk to Julian.
I will talk to
And,
this witness.
Right. Who wants to stay with Alexias?
I'll stay with Alexias.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Then Sanai, do you want to stay here? You want to go?
I would like to talk to Julian.
Right. All right. Well, good planning, everyone. Let's go.
Great.
All right. So, for clarity's sake, Emmanuel, Alexias, and Dahlia are going to go speak to the witness. Oh no, just Emmanuel and Alexias are going to go speak to the witness. 4 of you are going to go speak to Julian and the body, deal with the body and
Yeah.
everything. Let's do the witness first. Alexias and Emmanuel. You see the 4 of them kind of split off, and the 4 of them head towards the gate, push their way in, and make their way to the door. And you head over to speak to the witness. He looks to be a kind of squirrely looking man, like thin, weedy hair, balding at the top and at the sides. He's dressed in very simple kind of brown clothes, a little wet from the rain. And she kind of looks up at you. Yeah, I guess the cop said that someone else was going to come talk to me, take notes or something.
Yeah, so we have a few questions for you, if that is all right. You said that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Hey, can I ask, is there like a reward or anything like that?
That I suppose depends on what it is you can tell us, yes?
Oh, I'm sure I've got a lot of good information, and it's just kind of leans in a little bit. And if you need something specific to be said, be happy to make those specific information known.
A
What do you
big
thought of your
hand
name?
claps down on this man's shoulder
Oh,
and says, "Friend, I would ask that you tell the truth, because if you do not, it will make me and my new friend look bad. Only the truth and nothing else, please."
damn. You're big. Sure, truth it is. I, my name is Renard. I
Bernard.
work out here in the Sunset District, cleaning out some of the bars and over here. In the morning, come in, sweep them out, get them ready for the day, head on to the next one. Janitor for hire, if you need me, happy to offer my services.
And what exactly did you see happen here, Bernard?
Yeah, well, I heard the gunshots, so I looked where they were, and I saw this lady, very pretty lady, I think. She had a nice dress on and everything, big black hair, crashed through the window after I heard the gunshots, flew 40 feet in the air. I ain't never seen anybody jump that far before in my life. Flew 40 feet in the air, maybe like a frog once or twice. No, a bird. I saw a bird do that once. He flew 40 feet through the air, crashed down on top of those spikes up on that fence over there. And he points over there, over to the fence where you can see the spikes. And I saw, we were all just like in shock. A couple of people rushed forward to try and help, but someone else got to him first. I saw him like say something to the woman, reach into like one of her pockets, grab something, and just make like a horse and hightail it out of there, right down the alleyway over there.
So she flew 40 feet, and there were gunshots, but she was alive to speak to this mysterious man.
That's what I think so, yeah. There was definitely some whispering, some conversating happening there.
And you did not hear anything they said. You are too far away for this.
No, I did not hear anything. It's quiet. It was raining. It was raining like hell, you know. Definitely muffling whatever song they were having. They were whispering to each other, or secret like.
How many bullets did you hear being fired before the woman jumped?
I think 2.
And then which way did this man run after he spoke to this woman, huh?
Oh, yeah. He went right down the alleyway over there. You all just got out of the way. He was shoving past us to get away as fast as he could.
And what did he look like, huh? Anything at all you remember?
Yeah, he was definitely scary, good-looking man. He had a bit of a nice mustache, like one of those fancy waxes, but they call them all up to make him look all fancy like. A little bit of a goatee on his chin, black hair, very nicely, well-dressed, pale skin. He had a pair of spectacles on, some gloves. He had a rapier at his side.
And then you just, what? Stood here. After this man ran away, what did you do?
I just didn't know what to do. I don't see dead bodies often outside in the papers. You see them every now and then. So I just tried to see if there was anything I could do. A few of us were like trying to help her stop the blood, but then the door and
So you went up to the woman, huh? You went up to this body.
I went up to the woman. By the time I got to her, it looks like she was on her last breaths. No one just came running out, made us all get away, took the body off the fence, carried it back in.
Immediately. They immediately took the body off the fence.
Immediately, eh? Well, it took him like a little bit, maybe like a minute or two. A minute or two.
Huh. Now, when you say, humor me, Bernard, when you say that you saw her fly 40 feet, you mean in a, what? A horizontal direction, away from the window, out, or 40 feet up?
I mean, no way it could be horizontal. People can't jump that far, right?
You would be surprised, Bernard.
Huh. I mean, I think maybe she did fly a little bit horizontal.
Horizontal 40 feet.
It's
I
more
want to do another
plausible
ride
than
of it.
vertical 40 feet.
Alright, let's see. So for chat, because they asked the question, the way Lie works is, on Pathfinder 2nd Edition, this is for you as well. The way it works is, rather than making opposed rolls, it's just like a flat. I have a DC that I have to hit if they're lying, if they're telling the truth, be able to tell what it is. So, let me roll this. Nope, wrong thing.
And the DC for Lie to Me is based off of his deception DC?
Yeah.
It is deception. That's not what I want to roll. I need to make this blind again. So I'm going to re-roll it. I'm sorry, get it. Alright. Alright. He definitely appears shifty. It's very clearly he's definitely shifty. He doesn't seem to have misled you at any point in time during this conversation. Given what you know, I would say the only sense you get of maybe he was possibly unsure or stretching truth is the idea that she blew 40 feet. He's trying to make that make sense in his head. So he isn't quite sure what he saw.
Sure. He saw
Can we get the dimensions of like where she jumped from to like where she landed and actually see if we can tell if it's bullshit that it's 40 feet?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It would actually be a good 40 feet, if not a little bit over. The window that's broken is 4 stories tall. This Northern Consulate's one of the newer buildings that's a little bit above the 2 or 3 stories that's commonplace throughout the Central District. So 4 stories tall, jumped 40 feet or so from that 4th floor to get to the fence. Even if they were jumping down, no human or even elf can make that distance.
So there's a significant horizontal distance. It's not like they just fell 40 feet.
Right, right.
Okay.
There's some sort of.
It might have been. It might have been the gunshots. We might need to investigate that. I'm speaking out of character, of course, but it might have propelled her out. And that's why she had that momentum.
I do not think we are going to get any more out of this man. Thank you, Bernard.
One moment. If we need to speak to you later to confirm some details, where can we find you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm heading home. It's like I sleep in the morning. Like my shift's over. Just heading back home, get some rest. But, you know, you need to find me, leave word at the tavern down there. And he points down the street to a tavern called the Salty Sardine. The Salty Sardine down there. There'll be ABG. I work there every morning cleaning up.
Thank you very much.
Cleaning up that place, a bitch of a thing. The smell, all that fish. So, do you think that was worth a reward?
Of course, of course. I'm going to pull out my cigarettes and offer him one.
Well, I guess this dude got a light too.
No. Thank you, Bernard.
Puts it in his jacket pocket. Alright, well, if you need me, know where to find me.
Doing a good deed is its own reward, Bernard.
I mean, monetary reward is better reward, but take what I can get.
We are the RHC. We are not paid well.
It's true. Who else in the city?
Probably the governor.
Probably. Nice fella, though. And he sort of starts walking away. Meanwhile, I'm going to come back to you to explore that alleyway if you want to. Meanwhile, the four of you make your way up to the door of the Noran consulate. It's definitely open in middens. It's like any embassy. You can enter the lobby if you so choose. So you push the door open, you head inside. There's definitely a bustle of activity, various Norns. Not a lot of tieflings, mostly humans, just sort of scampering around. There is a secretary behind the lobby desk. She looks up. Hi. Sorry, it's a little bit chaotic this morning. Do you have an appointment or?
No, we don't have an appointment. We are representatives of the RHT.
Oh, you probably want to talk to Mr. Liebrix then. Give me a few moments and I'll fetch him for you. Can you have a seat over there? And, you can wipe your feet off on that, mat over there. Be right back. And she sort of heads off. She opens the door that's like behind her desk and heads over. You can hear some like muffled conversation happening between her and someone else, and she returns, and a man enters. He's wearing the Noran dress blues. Not quite the military uniform, but definitely a security guard. Heavy blues with like gold buttons on both ends of his jacket. A little bit of those sort of like shoulder pads with like the tassels on either side. And he's human, fair skin, like cloudy gray eyes. His hair is definitely curly, cut short, graying at the temples. He approaches you with the kind of rigid stiffness in his step. Must be the archie constables. All of you. Yes. I'm chief of security here, Julian Liebrix. Pleasure to meet you all. He just kind of gives you a nod. Does not shake your hand. He keeps his hands clasped behind his back. Just kind of gives you a nod in return.
Yeah, we are just very much interested in hearing all of the facts that you have, preferably those about the victim. And if I'm correct, kind of gesturing to everyone, we would like to take a look at the body.
Sure. I mean, to be open and honest, because I believe in a policy of openness and honesty. I was the one that shot her. She was a thief, and she tried to escape. And fired 2 shots at her as she went running. For some reason, she decided to just leap out the window. Maybe she thought she could fly. I don't know. Crashing through the window, landed on the fence out there. She was upstairs at the time. I caught her robbing like one of the rooms. She used to be a former staffer here, actually. So I guess maybe she was just casing the place.
Mr. Liebrix, if I may, you said that she was a former staff member.
Yes, she was.
Did you happen to know her name?
Her name's Nalasa. Nalasa Hume.
Right.
Can you spell that for us, please?
Sure. Nilasa Hume. Nalasa Hume.
How long did she work here?
She worked here for a couple of months.
Couple of months. And what the department?
And she was part of just like cleaning staff.
And when was her first offense?
Her first offense?
You said she was stealing. When was that her first offense? Did she have multiple?
This morning.
Right.
She tried to run when I caught her. I shot her out, tried to get her to stop. She refused. I told her I would fire if she didn't. Fired. She crashed through the window.
How many shots did you fire?
1, 2, I don't know. Let me check. He pulls out his gun and he checks the chamber and was like, oh, already reloaded. I think 2, maybe.
2, maybe 3.
I mean, I gotta be honest, like, it was just spur at the moment. Fired. I didn't really think about it.
Shouldn't the casings be in the room upstairs? Can we go and look and? and see if
Oh, we've
we
already
can
cleaned
how
up.
many.
We've already cleaned up that area. I think we have some people trying to repair the window. It's raining. The rain's just coming in to top floor. You could definitely check it out though, but the cases won't be there.
Were there anyone who went through and investigated the room prior to cleaning it?
I did.
And what trash? I don't mind going through the trash.
The trash.
Yeah, you said it was cleaned up. I don't mind going through the trash to count the casings. They should be in there,
That's
correct?
fine. That's fine. I'll take you up there. You can check it out if you want.
Yes, please.
Right.
Do your staff have to go through any kind of like background checks, any kind of thing like that to get hired here? I would think an embassy,
No.
you'd know who's working here.
No. He looks a little bit nervous at this. 1 second. He looks a little bit nervous at that. He's like, well, let's have a bit of a sigh. She came to us recommended by someone. Her boyfriend works here too. So,
What is his name?
his name is Braden.
Braden. Last name?
Braden Smith.
Thank you.
And what
And-
department does he work in? Is he-
Names.
Yeah,
Well, he's in
sorry.
security too. He's in security too.
Security. No wonder you trust him. And how long has he been working here?
He's been working here for about a year. He came over about last year as part of like the ongoing relations, between Daniel and Lisa. Like wanted to come over, get a sense of the place.
Go ahead.
So then in that case, and I hope this isn't an indelicate question, I don't know a lot about embassies. Were both Braden and Nelasa, were they both Denoran?
Braden was, and Lassa was not. She's from the city, I believe.
From
I
the city,
confess, I didn't
alright.
get to know her very much, and maybe that's on me. The cleaning staff isn't someone I talk too much. I realize that makes me sound kind of like an asshole, but a lot of things on my plate,
Not all, sir.
Could we get a description of what her boyfriend looked like, just so if we see him, we can question him later?
I mean, he's in like the break room right now. Some of the
Oh,
other people
great.
are talking to him. He's pretty shook up.
Yeah.
I imagine so. Is there anyone else that Nelissa would speak to, any confidants or anything of that while working here?
I mean, she was pretty friendly with the staff. I think we're back. I'm double checking. Chat, can you let me know if we're back?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Chat, we good?
All right, chat says we're back. We're good.
Boom, boom,
Yay.
boom,
Alright,
boom,
great.
boom, boom,
Thank you,
boom,
chat.
boom, boom.
Still can't get the
Alright.
balloons.
Like, I swear to God, I have like 4 screens up right now to make sure I'm managing all this. So I
You got
appreciate you,
this.
chat.
You got a
got
lot
this.
going on.
Alright. So the last question that was asked was, can you repeat it with us? I think it was.
Oh yeah. So it was me, and I was just asking for my clarity of mind. She had already been fired or released,
She never been
and then
fired.
came
No.
back. Oh no!
No.
All right, thank you.
No. She was fired at. But
Fired out a window, if you know what I mean.
Oh, right.
Oh, sorry, was that
Could
blood?
we- well, I mean, it's a little bit indelicate, maybe.
All right.
To be fair, he
all
wasn't
right,
friends
all
with her, so no offense to speak about you as if you were not present I have a problem with that.
We sent the sociopaths to
Sorry.
talk to the man.
Hey, that, you see, I
Be
kind of
so cool. I'm
Like,
trying to be
hold
so
back,
professional
alright?
today.
Sure. You kind of being like, let you know if you need me. I'll just head back into the break room.
Thank you.
Security
Well,
officers do it waiting if you want to talk about.
We also want to see the body. Please, we do want to see the body as
I
well.
can take you
Yeah.
to see the body if you would like as well.
And if we could speak with her boyfriend, I think that might be beneficial.
That can happen as well, for sure.
Thank you. Well, where would you all like to go first?
Yeah. So he's going to leave now. Give you some chance. Talk to yourself.
Mhm.
That's what you want.
right.
Alright, he heads off to the security office. He whispers something to Tia as he departs, but who's the secretary at the front desk?
Where would you all like to go to first? We have Brayden and we have the
No.
morgue. We can also wait for the others and
I think Vincent, you said you wanted to see where they were, where it happened, and look for them casings, right? And maybe should do that before they clean anymore, because it sounds like they're trying to clean up the scene before we've even had a chance to look at it. Even though there's, rain will have washed out some things, but probably that's worth seeing. I don't think the body's going anywhere anytime soon, so.
Oh, and I get accused of being blunt.
Well, I wasn't making a joke, It's I know. I'm sorry. I'm really nervous.
No.
No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Right. So, hopefully, the other two have found out some things, and we already know who's kind of responsible for finding them shot. So, one less mystery there.
Mm-hmm.
There seems more there. I believe there's something else there.
I agree, but I don't think we should. It seems delicate.
I mark him down as suspect number 1.
Oh boy. Right.
But I agree.
Should we
Mm-hmm.
split up again and
I think we should reconvene and split up. I really do. I feel like there are now three different areas, and we split evenly last time ish.
Sure. All right. Yeah, we can wait for the fellas to join us, and
we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that at all. We can just split up with just the 4 of us.
True. Right. So who wants to do what? Vincent, you said you wanted to go look.
I do, but I also think my skill set would looking at the body actually would be more beneficial for what I'm able to do. I kind of was just asking about the casings in the trash to see if he would let up of an answer. I'm not sure if it's actually necessary for us to go through the trash. I mean, maybe we can ask the front desk where it is, and I really don't mind going through it, but I was kind of just prying, to being honest.
That's fine. No, it's good. It's good. Getting information. Yeah.
I'm really good at getting information. I could talk to Brayden. I can go that way.
Sure.
That sounds great.
Be careful, because he's probably pretty broke up about it. So,
I think I'm going to go with Jenny.
Look at the body?
Yeah, I got a hunch, and I just want to see if I'm right.
All right.
We do know some things about guns, right? That could be really helpful when looking at the body. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't say we'd never asked if she actually shot her or not. I don't know.
He said he shot her.
I thought he said he fired twice. I didn't know that he shot her, because it sounds like she ran and crashed through.
He said he shot her.
I thought he shot 2 shots that she ran and leapt out the window.
I wrote in my notebook, in quotations, I was the one who shot her.
Okay.
Yes.
I have in quotations, I thought she could fly. She thought she could fly, which also they said back at the precinct. That's just.
It is very far. What kind of gun? What kind of gun was it that he had? Just like a revolver? Richard?
GM.
It was definitely a revolver. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Not
not gonna
enough
throw
force.
somebody out the window.
Yeah, it's a little gun. Like, that's a long way when we was looking at it from outside. That's a long way to fling yourself.
Maybe we do need to get into that room too.
Yeah, I would
I
like
like
to be
this.
looking around at least a little bit.
The case of the little jumping bird. The jumping bird. I'll work on it. I'll
That's a
work on
great
it. I'll
name.
work on
No,
it.
I love it. No, I love it. I think that's a great name. Jumping
We'll work
bird
it
sounds
out.
like no, I love it.
Jumping bird.
Right, I'm gonna have a look at that room, I think.
I'll go talk to Bernard. Oh, Brayden. I'm
Alright.
sorry.
Right,
Sanai's gonna go talk to Bernard. Dahlia's gonna go check out the room
Brayden.
upstairs.
I'm gonna talk
I
to
don't
Brayden.
know if I'm gonna find anything.
You can talk to
We'll
Braden.
see.
Yeah.
Not Bernard, Braden, right? And Lou. Holy shit. Lou and Vincent are gonna go. There's new characters. I'm just trying to remember who's who, all this stuff. Lou and Vincent are gonna go talk to the body. As well start to like kind of split up. Say, you hear Ta say, hold on, you need to wait. I can go get Mr. Lee Brooks. He'll be happy to take you wherever you need to go. Just wait here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
At this point, what I would like to do is take a little bit of a break. So we've been gaming for like an hour and 45 minutes. So what we would do is take a 10-minute break, and when we all come back, we will pick up from here. So chat, we'll be back in 10 minutes, and to see what happens when we split the group in 4 different ways at the very first session of D&D campaign.
We're
Alright.
doing it.
All right,
Well,
we'll
you
be
still
back in
have to
10
be nice
minutes.
to us
Split it up.
because we're beginners.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
All right, we are back, and so we'll pick up where we left off. The group decided to split off. Tia had stopped. Group B, we'll call them, and said we need to wait for Mr. Liebrix. One moment, I'll get him for you. Meanwhile, out in the alleyway, Alexias and Emmanuel head off to the alleyway that this janitorial guy sort of pointed out up, head down the street a little bit into the alleyway. The alleyway is just in between two bricks. It's definitely a bit far away from the consulate itself. It's just covered with a thin layer of water and mud from the rain that has happened. At the far end of the alleyway, you see what looks to be a carriage just kind of over there. And there's a man at the end of the carriage just kind of out, just sort of circling around the base of the carriage, kicking over some stones. That's it.
Hold there, friend.
I'm sorry. You see a guy look up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hello there. We are. Where did I? Here. We are members of the RHC. We would like to ask you some questions.
Perfect. I would like to talk to you. I just had my bear just skipped out on me, and I could definitely use a little bit of help, a little bit of assistance, figuring out where he went. Now, it's hard living out here, driving cabs in this weather.
Emmanuel has closed the distance after shouting at him and is walking over.
Alexias is hanging back a little bit. I'd like to first, before I rush up there, just get a bit of a lay of the land here. You said there was mud and a little bit of water. Can we see footprints? Is there anything? I'm just looking around for clues. I don't know if we do perception checks or investigation checks the same way.
One moment, please. Let me fix this. Apologies, chat. I'm fixing something. There we go. That's better. All right. Thank you. All right. I apologize. Continue. So the man just walks up, and you asked him what?
First, just like introducing ourselves as members of the RHC, and then he said that his carriage had been stolen.
Not my carriage, just a bear. I gave a guy a ride, and then just skipped out.
How rude! Please tell us everything that has happened. Preferably from what? How long ago did the woman fall? A couple hours.
It's probably a good 2 hours ago.
Preferably from about 2 hours ago, if you have been here this long.
Yeah, I was parked outside one of the coffee shops, hoping like someone pick me up for a fare. It's not down this alleyway. If you go down the alleyway, maybe like another block or two down there. I mean, I heard the sounds of like some glass shattering and then like a gunshot or two. And so I just kind of like drove my carriage up to see what was going on. And this guy just came running down, turned around the alleyway, hopped into my cab, told me to take him down to like a hostel. And got out. He said he would be right back. Never came back. Went into the hostel to ask about him. They said he left out the back door. No one's seen him. So I came back here just hoping maybe he dropped something like some identification or some coins or something. I lost like a good hour's worth of work.
Mm.
So just to clarify, this man who jumped into your carriage, did you get any sort of identification or any names? Did he talk to you at all?
No, he just told me to start driving. Looked like he was in a bit of a hurry.
Did he have a mustache?
Yeah, he had a bit of a mustache.
And then he took goatee as well?
Yeah, a bit of one of those. Kind of yeah.
And you said you took him to a hostel?
Yeah, I can give you the address if you want.
Yes, the name if you can.
Sure. He'll give you the address, and you can write it down in your notepad. Check out or something.
And Richard, as this is going on, I'd like to be doing. I'm not sure if we do investigation checks quite the same way here as we would in
It's just roll a perception check.
Great. I would like to do that and kind
Okay.
of get a lay of the land of this alleyway. And if there are any other things
Why don't you-
about.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check. You should see in your character sheet on the left side, there should be something that says
Yes, I think so. Here?
perception. There should be low dice over there. The first player
Very
roll
good.
of the game is a 9. Alright. As a reminder, you all have a hero point that you can use. You get one at the beginning of the session and one at the mid after the break. So all of you have at least 2. Kim has 3 because she got her background and story to me before anyone else. So you all have 2 hero points you can use. If you would like to re-roll that die, you can.
You know, I have bad feelings about future.
Hero
I'm
points do
registered.
not carry over to the next session, so it's use them or lose them.
Fine. You know what? Let's have a run and find out. I'll redo it.
You also take the new result, even if it's worse, I believe, correct?
Well,
That's okay.
alright, so if you want, in the chat screen, right-click on that where it says Alexias perception check. And
Mhm.
you should see something that says reroll using a hero point.
Yes. Better.
And I'm just going to go over here so people can see what people are rolling. There you go. That's 22. Way better.
So I got some rain in my eye. I'll wipe it away.
Some of that
I
like
look again.
polluted soot ash in your eyes aren't.
All right.
I was just sort of searching for this area. The rain has largely washed away, like any sense of travel, people walking, any footsteps. However, I do notice something odd that jumps out at you. There looks to be a tiny spurt of coagulated blood that sits in a smear of mud. It is coagulated, which doesn't make sense because it hasn't been that long. Also, the rain would probably dilute it a little,
Mhm.
but it just feels odd and out of place.
I want to draw my companion's attention to this. What do you make of this, sir?
It's blood.
Okay, never mind.
Ketchup.
I'll make a note of it, just like where it is in the alley, especially in relationship to the street and to the other end of the alley.
Ketchup is the blood of tomatoes.
If you would like to, you can make a recall knowledge check to see if there's
Oh,
anything
yes,
on you.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course, of course. I will definitely do that.
Alright, so at the bottom of your boundary, you see something that looks like a golden arrow in the macro bar. If you click that,
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
you see recall
Yes.
knowledge. This is going to be blind, so you're not going to see the result, but I will.
Okay.
And you just click it, and I'll let you know. Alright, let's see what happened here.
Sorry, did I do it?
You rolled twice, but I'm going to take
Okay.
the first one.
Excellent, thank you.
The blind check, so you do not know what happens, so you can't win a game. You sort of, maybe have like a little bit of a dagger or something like that. Maybe the tip of your pen, sort of jab it into the blood, and it sort of sticks a little bit to the edge of your weapon or pen or whatever you're using, and it almost seems to slightly decay the item that you're holding, as if this blood was infused with necromantic energy.
Mm.
I will also say that since you rolled so well, you also see this blood as you sort of examine it. There's a little bit of static electricity as you reach your hand down towards it, where the hair on your arms just sort of like rises up a little bit, as if there was recently some electrical magic used recently.
Okay. Getting a little more intense, huh? All right, I make notes of all of this, of course. I want to quickly share this information with my friends, but I'm not trying to spell it out too much in front of our cabbie driver over here. So I'm just going to say, I think some magic has been used here recently. Huh?
Oh, By the way,
And,
Emmanuel has like been chatting up the cabbie driver,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
trying to get any further information. I don't think he knows anything, but that's going to be Emmanuel's MO. Usually, is just socially. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then I'll before I give you that information, then I'll like pull you away a little bit to the side. One moment.
Goodbye.
Want to kind of whisper this to you. I think some magic has been in use here, and I think we need to regroup before we go searching at this hostel. He has mentioned.
I
that
have
we
the
need to help
address
together.
and the name. He definitely gave that to me.
What is the name?
What is the name, Richard?
The name of the hostel.
Mm-hmm.
The Saucy Wench.
The Saucy Wench.
The saucy wench. That is how he said it.
Oh. I see with this group, I'm going to have to point out a list of building names, a list of people names. Just pull out of my ass. Yep.
We're detectives.
Careful.
You've played with me before, right, Richard?
You chose this life.
I did.
You made us detectives. That was your fault.
All right. The two of you are heading back to the consulate then.
Yes.
I'm not going to go inside. I want to make very clear. I will stay outside. I will have another cigarette standing out by the wall. If you choose to go in, that is fine. I'm not going in there.
Emmanuel's going in.
Okay. Alexias, you look super cool, just standing out in the rain, smoking a cigarette. Dark and broody. Emmanuel goes inside. I would say at this point, Emmanuel, you're going to join the other 4 people inside the lobby as they're waiting for the Bex.
Okay. Hello. We
How are
found
you
blood.
back?
What?
Oh,
Mm,
it wasn't washed away by the rain.
no,
That's
Why?
okay.
I don't know.
Hmm.
So, like, on the fence, or
No, in an alley. Okay,
I thought
so
you were.
let me summarize.
Rika?
Okay.
So there was a man who talked to the victim and then went into an alley. Myself and Alexias, after speaking to Bernard, we went into the alley and we found a carriage driver. We're going to go to the Saucy Wench because that's where the person went. But first, Alexias found blood, and it was not a tomato blood. And it also had lightning in it, I think.
Who's Bernard?
Well, that's a very nice man who saw the lady.
Oh,
Okay,
the
so the
witness.
witness that you talked to.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
So you saw Bernard, who told you about the lady, and then you went into an alley after talking to Bernard, and in this alley you saw blood that wasn't washed away.
Electricity in it.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
that's actually not that bad. Okay.
That's interesting.
We did a great job. Go us.
Go you. You did
Yeah.
great. Yeah. No, you
Cool.
found blood. That's
I look to Dahlia and I say, "This might be great. Maybe there's something. If there's blood there, then maybe there can connect that blood to like possibly whatever is left in the room."
Oh. Have you all
Maybe
been to the room yet?
no. We were about to go. Where is Alexias? Is he?
I think at this point,
Yes.
Julian walks out the door. He's like, I heard you wanted to go see some stuff.
Yes,
I can
please.
take you to see the body. I can take you to see Nalasa's boyfriend. Upstairs is a little bit off limits. Embassies, a lot of diplomatic stuff that happens up there. I'm happy to accompany you there, but you would definitely need someone there with you.
So you have not seen the body or the murder scene yet?
No, the body. I'm assuming he's with the rest of you.
He's
Yeah.
very familiar with the body, with the murder scene.
Hello.
I'll let them catch you up on everything. But like,
He
take
shot
someone
her.
down. Yeah, that's what happened. I would.
As I assume this man is going to turn around and start like leading us, going to whisper to whoever's nearest to me, which might be Dahlia.
I'm so low down.
Yeah.
It's like bends over halfway. Yep.
Yeah, definitely not
Conspicuous.
subtle. So you've given them this much time to perhaps clean up any evidence?
Listen,
Okay.
they've already been in the process of cleaning. So I said that should be the place we go to next, but we can't just, go on up there without him. It's their embassy. So, yeah, I know that they might have cleaned everything up already, but it's worth a shot.
Even if we find out that they have cleaned things, that is still evidence of something.
Yeah, and they might have missed something. Never know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disparage.
No, it's all right. It's everyone's first day, and we're all doing our best,
You're doing a great job.
All right. Thanks.
Excuse me. She's gonna step to the side.
Okay. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, so let's investigate a crime scene.
Alright. Great. Who am I taking where?
I mean, I'm gonna go.
Alright. Those of you going upstairs, wait one moment. I'll take those of you that are going to go see the body downstairs real quick. And those of you that want to talk to the boyfriend, he's right at that door over there. Feel free to help yourselves. Go through there. Alright. I'm going to do the body first.
Okay.
Liebrix takes you down to the hallway, down a set of stairs into looks to be kind of a mortuary. Not quite a mortuary, just... It's definitely a pretty empty room that has been repurposed for now as mortuary. You see a table that's been laid out in the center of the room with a white sheet over a body on top of it. And it says, well, I'll leave you two to it. Be upstairs if you need me. I'm going to go show the others to the crime scene upstairs. Alright, take care. And he exits.
Who is doing what? I don't know if we established that already.
I think we
I'm going
established-
upstairs.
Vinny and Lou are down with the body. Sanai is talking to the witness, and Dahlia is going upstairs. So where would you like to go?
Emmanuel.
Sorry, Emmanuel.
I will go with Dahlia because Dahlia is going to a
Thank you.
secondary location without
Yes.
an escort.
I was really
and
hoping you'd follow me to the secondary location.
Sanai should be good because she's in the lobby. She's just like going a room over.
Yeah.
Going with
Also, she seems like probably one of the more competent ones. She at least is not friendly, so she must not need help.
Yeah. Fair. Okay. So Lou and Vincent, you make your way down. You make your way to the body. The sheet over it. Free to investigate however you wish.
I'm gonna take the sheet off. Yeah.
Sure. You pull the sheet off, and you see what looks to be a very young elven woman, maybe half elven, not quite sure.
Can we investigate, or how would we investigate? I want to see if there are any bullet holes in her body.
Yes,
I would like
you-
to do.
Why
Yeah,
don't you
go
go
ahead.
ahead and just make me a general perception check as you're looking at the bullet holes and kind of examining the body.
Okay. Help me out, Richard. Where
Alright,
where
so
can
on
I...
your character sheet, on the left side.
Oh yeah, the little under perception. Yep, that'll do it.
Yep. Alright, you kind of take a look, looking over the body, trying to see what you can see. You do see two gunshot wounds that are... One looks to have like entered the back shoulder, the other one through her leg.
Okay.
I would love to make a medicine check.
Absolutely.
Great. And as this process happens, I think Vincent takes out several playing cards that are like encrypted, takes out several stones, puts a medallion on the ground, and kind of starts a ritualistic pattern. Maybe he's done something similar before for his tribe, as respecting the body, but also knowing that there's no longer spirit in this and that it is now time to do the work. And so I'll make my medicine roll.
14. Okay. As a reminder, just always going to remind you the first couple of sessions, always have fewer points. Use them or lose them. If either of you want to reroll.
I'll reroll.
Okay. I'll add
Yeah.
that you can only use a hero point on any given roll once. So if this goes bad, you can't use another one.
Okay. Yeah.
Way better.
Nice.
Way better.
Okay.
I was nervous. It's my first day.
Yeah. Vincent, you set up like your little seance kind of thing, kind of get you, and then you start to sort of examine the body, trying to see what you can see. A few things jump out at you as odd. First, as you sort of brush her hair away, you see that there is another wound, some sort of scratch on her scalp that looks to have been healed over fairly recently, as in perhaps the last hour or two post-mortem. Secondly, you see the gun. You also take some time and examine the gunshot wounds, the back and the leg, and you were able to get a good look at the trajectory of where the body would have fallen fell, and we're not quite sure if this wasn't shot at close range. This was definitely shot at, these bullets definitely entered her from far away. Probably, by math, a good 30 feet away. The bullets themselves, one shot the leg, looks along like threatening, but the other one that shot through her back definitely entered her lung. That's probably what killed her. In addition, the wound that you see in the scalp that looks like it was definitely healed post-mortem, you see that there is a little bit of rot, which is a telltale sign of the wound having been caused by some sort of necromantic energy. I would say on the 12 perception new, as you're sort of searching over, looking at the wounds, you also find glass wounds in her arms, probably from crashing through the window. 2 thumb punctures in her abdomen, the gunshot wound to the thigh and the shoulder, and the wound on the scalp as well. You do find a few other objects on her person. And you see in her hip pocket she had looks to be a bail certificate. It looks like she was picked up in a contraband raid, but released on bail, paid by one Heward Sechem, Heward Secchim. The law in Flint requires that she needs to carry the certificate under her chair. And this bail was paid out at the Parody Lake police station. You also see in her pocket a receipt for the purchase of a dozen items, their names abbreviated with notes of 16 grams, 48 grams for each, valued at a total of around 245 gold. Signed DW. DW. And on the back of the receipt, scrawled in a different handwriting, it reads, Silvo, Bjorn Feldman, Family Wharf. Silvo, Bjorn Feldman, family worth. I would say if you, as part of your skill with guns, black powder, you had to learn how to use some sort of alchemical concussions. That trams are used a unit of measurement in alchemy is used to measure things out.
Richard, if I wanted to kind of inspect the area for like some shades or shadows and maybe pull in that spirit medium, how?
Sure. Just tell me you want to. Oh,
I want to do it.
Alright.
I want to do it.
Vincent, you see Lou just sort of stare off in the middle. Actually, what does it look like when you're looking for shades? Because this isn't something that's automatically there. You have to make the effort to look for them, to reach into that different plane where these shades exist.
So remember in movement class in college when you would have to look in the middle distance and it was just like everything goes out of focus?
Yeah.
And it's like when that happens, so it kind of like what you were saying, like it's kind of like staring off into the distance, but really what I'm doing is I'm trying to look for shadows and see if they'll get picked up. And so like my fingers may be like twitching a little bit, trying to like pull something in.
Vincent, you see Lou go quiet and still and start to stare off in the middle distance. And you see Lou's eyes, those big fog eyes, just suddenly lock on something. Lou, you see what looks to be a thread coming from the body of an Alexias. It looks to be a shade, a shadow, or ghost. It looks, in your vision, it just appears almost formless. You can tell that it is a person, a body. There's not really much in the way of features outside of like her hair, which is thick and flowing, the clothes she is wearing at the time of her death. But it's very, very hard to get a very solid view of what is what. You can ask it. How many questions can you ask it? I'm looking. It'll last for 10 minutes. I'm going to say you can ask it a few questions.
Okay, so I'm like seeing the shade, and the first thing that I'll say is, Miss Hume, I'm so sorry for your passing. And then I'm going to ask, and if I can say in as delicately as possible, what happened? How did you die?
Something attacked me.
In the room?
Upstairs. He attacked me and I tried to run. He cut me on my head, I think. It was not a person. A thing. Something dark. Like a shadow. Just all ink. Blackness. And I tried to run. I jumped out the window to try and get away. I landed on the fence. Wasn't able to get enough distance. Then I was shot.
And, Miss Hume, this, you were talking about something chasing you. We saw that scar on your head. How long had that been there?
That came from the creature, whatever it was, that attacked me.
Was it following you for a long time?
No. It just appeared out of nowhere.
Miss Hume, is there anything that we should tell your boyfriend, Braden?
Tell him I'm sorry that I used him to get in here.
That I can do.
I did like him. Maybe not as much as he liked me.
You had a lot of secrets, didn't you?
I think so, yes.
Is there anything else that you need to get off your chest before you shuffle off this mortal coil?
I want you to roll me a diplomacy check. So that is on the hand. If you look at the hand and boundary.
I think I lost. You said it's under where?
It's under the hand. You see a hand at the top. While the bars are. If you click that, it'll take you to all of your skills.
Sorry, I gotta make
It's
my
like
thing bigger.
right under level 1 on your character sheet. You see like
okay.
5 different items. Yeah.
Hand. Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. She will say, I would say that she would say yes. She would say, she sinks into herself as if she was trying to avoid the question. But part of talking to the spirits, part of talking to the shades, is just the force of personality that you have to sort of open yourself up, to allow them to trust you, and not the last moments of their life, but the first moments of their afterlife. She says, I was here. Trying to steal some things for Gale. She hired me, asked me to gain access to the consulate. So I stole some papers in the consular's room. They had to do with the factories, things that were being built. You see her stop for a moment and say, please, if you can, make sure Heward is safe. He's a good man. He had no involvement in this.
And I'm like waiting just a little bit longer to make sure that it must be a little frightening, like being new to the whole afterlife thing. So I'm trying to like give her a little bit of extra room just in case there's anything else. You said you were getting these papers for Gale.
Yes.
Gale, your sister?
No. I would say Lou is fairly new to the city, right? Is Vincent fairly new to the city? Or has he been there a while? He's been there a little bit longer. I would say you can't hear what Nalasa is saying, but you can hear Lou just talking to no one.
Oh, okay.
And you just hear her mention the word Gale. Vincent, you recognize this as public enemy number 1 in Flint. This is widely regarded a terrorist. who many believe is responsible for the bombing of many factories in Paradis Lake. You know that she's part of a sect of people, or the leader of a sect of people that's very anti-technology. They want to see Flint return back to the old ways of Cetism, Judaism, where the forests are lush and full, and there isn't this pollution choking everything. So you recognize that, Vincent. Lou, she says no, she was just a friend, a confidant, someone I trusted. Someone who trusted me. Sorry I failed her.
Well, that's all right. This person, Heward. You said he's a good man?
Yes.
How did you know him?
He gave me a job when I left home. I stayed at his factory. He has rooms upstairs for those who can't afford actual rooms in some of the hostels or flop houses. Of all the factory owners, he's the only one that really treats his employees like people. The others would chain them up inside their factories. But they chain the factory doors and lock them up inside until the workday is done. But Heward doesn't do that. He's a good man.
Well, that just ain't right. Chaining people up.
I want to be clear. I misspoke. He's not like chaining people up. He's chaining the doors of the factory so they can't get out.
Well,
that's just as bad, but a different kind of bad.
and I'm sure what Vincent probably sees is I'm like, oh well, that's just that's just as bad. I think that's just as bad.
Out of curiosity, how is Vincent reacting to all this? See Lou just suddenly start talking off in the middle distance.
Oh, fine. I've started Vincent on some of the cards that are down has started drawing what like a vague shadow of Lou and this obviously the spirit that he's talking. Like this is grandmother does this all the time. This is just par for the course. I'm hanging in there until the spirit's gone and I can have a conversation.
Okay. Lou, is there anything else?
Are there others of you working towards this purpose?
Of course. I'm not for this specific mission, no.
Mm. They got names, or their group got a name?
No, it's just Gail's never bothered to name them. Just follow her. Do what she asks of us.
Do you know where we could find Gail before I let you rest?
In the Cloudwood.
Cloudwood.
She moves around a lot. She doesn't have a set location.
I'll tell her Miss Hume sent me.
She nods. I think at this point you see the shade just sort of dissipate. No more questions can be asked.
I'm gonna pull out of my pocket, and if there's any like I have half of a muffin from our breakfast this morning,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna offer it to Lou. Are you doing all right? That seemed.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely the heaviest one I ever had to do. I'm a little cold. Seems par for the course. And I'm just going to take like a little bit of the muffin and just like kind of chew it just because I need something new to do with my hands. Did you? Yeah, we're so sorry, Jenny.
I've just seen my grandmother do similar, and she tends to be a little snackish after.
Well, that is just so kind of you. My granny does the same thing.
I think we should talk about this outside of here.
I think so too.
Should we go find the others?
Go ahead. With that, go find the others. We'll switch to, let's say, would you? Sanai, you make your way into the back room of sorts with the security officers. You see the man who is very, very clearly bleeding, just sitting on a chair. It looks like his face is being tear-stained and is shaking a little bit from it. A few of the other security guards are sort of like trying their best to console him.
I think she's had this really sternness face most of this time, very like focused, really. I think it softens a lot seeing this situation, and she's she kind of, is there someone else with him? It's just him, right?
It's just someone of them, like there's other security guards over there trying to like console him.
I kind of walk around, sit kind of like facing him gently. And yeah, I don't say anything for the first 3 seconds.
Okay.
And then I ask, what was she like?
She's nice. She treated me nice. She was great. Now she's gone. You see like one of the other guards just sort of like giving him like a quick pat on the shoulder, a squeeze. Yes, and he says to him, just be gentle in the next room. Make me a perception check.
Where's the perception?
It's on the left side of your character sheet. It's there on every single page because you'll be using it a lot. And
I
you should
see it. I got it.
perception, a low dice right next to it.
Yeah, got it. Gotcha. We're re-rolling that.
Got your points?
Yep, we're gonna try it again. Come on. Okay. That's better than a 4.
The 15. There's something off about this other security guard, not in a malicious or threatening way, but you see his pupils just appear to be wide, like almost filling up his entire, like he's been drugged or something. And as he speaks, he does seem like a little bit out of it, and you see him like lick his lips a bit as he talks to you. He's, yeah, be good. I'm just gonna get some of those brigaderios. Want anything? Food? Snacks? I'm a little hungry right now. Braden, you good? And Braden's like, I'll take some if there's some left. What about you? Want any, miss? No, alright, great. Be back. And see, he just kind of walks out. And you do notice that Braden's eyes also have this sort of glassy look to them as well, the same as the other security guard.
I look and I say, it is really good to have friends during this particular time.
Braden just nods silently at that.
I know what it is like to lose someone who you care about. And I just first would like to apologize that death took her so soon.
Far too soon. He just says far too soon. Gets a little bit choked up.
Is there any actually I probably have some. I cry a lot. I have a napkin and just hand it to him. I know this. I'm a member of the RHC. I'm sure that you have done this many times today, and I do apologize for being an additional bother. But I would like if you were willing to ask you a few questions and to get your response.
Yeah, and she the first. I mean, Chiefly Brooks talked to me for a bit, make sure I was okay, but I haven't answered anything yet.
Mm,
Oh, yeah, that's fine, Sorry, it's fine, go ahead. Answer your
yeah.
questions. Ask your questions. Sure.
Excuse me. Wh- How were you found? How were you told about this situation? How were you told about her?
I mean, I heard the gunshots and the shattering glass and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
then I ran upstairs and Chiefly Brooks was running down, told me just stay put, don't do anything. And then, a little while later, he came back, broke the news to me.
So you heard the gunshots, and then Chief of the Bricks.
Yeah, Chiefly Brooks came running down like after the glass broke and the gunshots happened. Yeah.
Okay, understood. And were you alone when you heard this news? I see your friend was here comforting you. Was he there, or did he find out at the same time as you?
No, I mean, he told us all at the same time. Like, a
What?
couple of them went
What?
out to help him get the body inside. The rest of us
Oh,
told all at the same time.
oh, okay. Your friend, he wouldn't have got the body.
No, I didn't get the body. Chiefly Brooks and a few other guards did.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Right. She's not writing anything down. She's pretending. And your friend, what was his name? The one who's been comforting you, helping you.
Lucien. His name's Lucien.
Lucian. Perfect. She writes that down. Lucian. I see a lot of, it seems like you are all very much shaken up by this. You seem to have a little bit of a gloss in your eyes. He seems to have a little bit of gloss in his eyes. Is everything okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. It's just like, my head ain't. But usually, that's all.
What were you doing before you heard the gunshots? If you don't
And
mind.
then I bought some brigadiers for us to eat. Just eating them, all of us together.
So you had lunch, essentially. Had lunch.
No, I mean, they're a little breakfast, like little
Oh,
pastries.
what is that?
Yeah,
A nice little breakfast right beforehand.
yeah.
And wow, this is might be one last personal question. When was the last time you saw her?
This morning when she dropped off those brigadiers, and she went off to go clean stuff.
She brought you the pastries.
Yeah. She does it mostly every morning. Most of the staff here, we all like her. It's just, yeah, you all liked her. I liked her a lot, but you all liked her.
Beautiful. I want you to know that I will do as much as I can to ensure that you had no part to play in this at all, that you can grieve in peace, but I will need as much support as you can possibly give me on this.
Thank you.
I do believe it is important for us to grieve. So is there any additional information, things she may have told you, situations, odd situations, people, anything that you can remember right now?
No, I mean, mostly just talked about, like, opera, things like that. I was going to take her to the opera, for, it starts like choke up again. We're going to have our 5-month anniversary next week. And we're going to take her to the opera. It's going to be a surprise.
She liked music.
She liked music, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am too.
If there's any other way that we needed to get in contact with you, how would we do that?
Send a message here. I'm here almost every day of the week.
And
Or you can meet me at the Thinking Man's Tavern in Bosun Strand in the evenings.
the Thinking
Most of us
Man's.
go there. Yeah. Thinking Man's Tavern in Bosun Strand for the evenings. Most of us guards go out there after our shift's over.
Understood. Let the tavern, let the Gamemaster tower.
Yeah.
Any,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say this. Do you know who took the bodies?
Julian and Lucien over there. They were the two that brought her in.
Julian and Lucian, and no other
She-
individuals.
No. I mean, other people went down to check it out, but that's it. It's not every day you get a party down here.
And not you. You didn't see it.
No, you didn't want me to, so that would be too much. I
Lucien,
asked, and they was like, I need to take some time. You know.
well, I do wish you all the best, Bryden. And she stands up and she gets ready to leave, and then she turns around. One more question. How many of those pastries did you eat?
I don't know, like 2, 3.
How many did Lucien eat?
Maybe like another couple. They were really good. They were really good.
Can I have one?
Yeah, sure. You see, he, like, wipes some tears off his face, stands up, and he kind of pushes open the door, and you see there's like a little break room, like some coffee, some like pastries, bagels, and things like that. There's a few other of the cards over there. They have what looks to be like a carton of like pastries, kind of open, like this little spherical kind of pastries, like almost like a donut hole, but they're like spackled with like some glazed sugar of some sort, and she says she wants one, and you see she had no problem. Grabs like a little napkin, grabs one of the bigger Doritos, and walks out and hands it to you.
Thank you. They don't feed us at my job. You have a great day.
Okay. Meanwhile, Julian and Fitz arrives at the top, and he takes Dahlia and Emmanuel up the stairs to the fourth floor. You walk up. You already see like janitors and like the steps cleaning up the steps. One of them looks a little grumpy as he wipes up the floor behind you as you trump all over his newly cleaned work. You make your way up the stairs and you see what looks to be a hallway, and you can see the broken window over there, and there's looks to be a handyman of some sort who has like some planks of wood just like hammering nails over there to sort of block, and a little bit of canvas sort of block like the rain that has started to collect at the puddle on a puddle at the base of the window. There's a rug as well near the window, and you see a door that's open that looks to be leading into a gallery. There's definitely a few other doors in this entire hallway as well. June's like, yeah, I saw her in that door. She was doing one of our little artwork pieces that we had. I caught her. She pushed her way right past me, started running out towards the window down there. Called out for her to stop. She didn't. Fired 2 shots. She jumped out the window.
Just so I can get an idea, like the layout, it's like she was in a room, she was caught, ran past into like a hallway, and then out the window.
She was in a room. Julian entered the door, saw her stealing something. I saw her stealing something, and she pushed past me when I asked her what was going on. Took off running down the hallway towards the window.
Okay.
Right. Can I just look around, see if I can see any blood, see if anything is left over from when they were cleaning up the crime scene?
Sure. Make a perception check.
All right. Where are you? Perception check.
Emmanuel, if you would like to make a perception check as well, you can.
I would not. I would like to chat up Julian and ask him some questions. But I don't want to interrupt.
Incredible.
I don't want to interrupt Kim.
Where is I am under the wrong place. Why?
No, it's on the left side. Your perception will always be on the left. Right under your armor class, the blue shield. You'll see
it's not right there.
There you go. All right.
That's not
That's
bad.
18 total. Not bad. Um, hmm. Two things struck you. I just sort of like looking to see if there's any blood or anything. It definitely looks like the water has sort of like been mopped up a little bit, freshly mopped. However, judging by what has been mopped and what hasn't, there's still some dirt and dust. It looks like the rug was moved. And second, I think this is something Dahlia would know. When you pick a lock, there's always going to be some scratches along the outside of the lock from where you are trying to manipulate the key, or the lack of the key, as it were. And the lock that was picked is not the door to the gallery. And Julian is currently, he's not being obvious about it, but he's definitely positioned himself in a spot that is between you and that door. And the only reason you caught it is you were down looking for something, and you looked up, and it's just instinct, because of whatever it was in your head just made you look up and you saw it. And Julian's probably busy just keeping an eye on the giant orc that's looming large.
And is engaging him with conversation actively.
Yep.
So, I'm curious, how long have you been carrying that gun with you?
How long have been since the war?
I see, and you're a good shot with it.
I like to think so.
Were you aiming to kill her when you shot, or merely disable her?
No, I wasn't aiming to kill. I mean, I tried to shoot her leg first to get her to stop, but she didn't. So I aimed for her shoulder. And you know, it's just a matter of inches. I'm a good shot, but no one's that good of a shot.
Of course. You say she moved past you. Was she a nimble sort of lady? It seems like a
Yeah, she was,
capable former soldier like yourself should have been able to restrain someone who walked within your arm's reach.
She caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting her to be in the art gallery. It was closed for a bit, and so...
And why were you in the art gallery if it was closed?
He pauses at that, and kind of looks down the hallway and makes sure no one's listening. She sort of edges up a little close to you. I had a suspicion that she was trying to steal something.
Why is that?
I noticed some of my men were acting a little bit odd. The eyes were a bit glassy of some sort. And so I asked him who gave it. You was here last, and said, and the last was, you know, I like the girl. I didn't talk to her much, but she always seemed nice. She always brought us snacks. I never partake, watching my weight, you know, but I headed upstairs to see if I could find her. She wasn't on the second floor, third floor. Found her in the gallery.
I just want to make sure I completely understand. You get that this is a significant crime that has occurred here, and we are trying to investigate all possible leads. You saw some of your security that were a little. How did you describe it? Glassy-eyed,
They were definitely
sluggish,
drugged. It looked like they were
Drunk.
drugged.
and you then asked them. What did you ask them?
And I just asked them, like, I mean, it's part of my job as a boss to know, make sure they're being relative.
You said something about how did
Yeah.
who gave them this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what did they eaten and drank recently? Because
Okay.
all looking like that, and that's odd and out of place, you know.
About what time was this?
That was this morning about, let's say, I noticed them about 10-15 minutes before I found Nalasa.
And so you immediately went to search for Nilasa, and you searched the entire second and third floors before coming to the art gallery?
Yeah, I mean, most of the second floor is just officers. I just asked if anyone's seen her. Third floor is storage. I haven't done anything up there. But, fourth floor is where all the expensive stuff is. So I just gave those 2 a cursory glance. Came up here. Saw her in there. She was doing, and he sort of reaches into one of his pockets. He was doing this. And he hands you over like a little pouch. It's like purple velvet. Pull it open. It looks like almost like a Fabergé egg. It's very delicate, gem-encrusted egg of sorts.
Thank you very much. We will have someone take a look at this and return it to you post haste.
He seems to make want to keep us here. It's like, no, it's alright. We're the constabulary.
And Emmanuel will take out a notepad and actually write out a quick receipt. Whatever, I probably don't know the actual standards for this, but some form of Fabergé egg taken by Sir Emmanuel Goodfellow, RHC. Yeah.
I'll take it. Thanks.
Yes, thank you. I'm curious, did she do anything that had aroused your suspicions previous to today?
No. But again, I didn't really interact with her much. Most of the people she talked to were like the security guards or Tia, members of the staff.
Mm-hmm. I see. Have you ever been to the Saucy Wench?
The Saucy Wench.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
But you know of it.
I mean, I assume it's like a bar or like a spaghetti place of some sort, whatever they cook sauce. I don't know.
You're more right than wrong, I hope. One more question before I leave you go.
Go ahead.
Don't rush me, son. I'm old, I'll take my time. Thank you.
My apologies.
Have you seen a man who, and I described the man that Bernard had described, the same one that the carriage driver had described as had gone to the Saucy Wench, well dressed with a mustache, a goatee, a rapier. The mustache very over dramatic. That is too much wax in the mustache at this point.
Doctor. Yeah, I think Tia was talking to him downstairs.
The doctor, you said?
Yeah, I think he wanted to make an appointment with the consular, but Tia would know more.
Takes out the notepad immediately again and says, "Could you tell me everything you know about this man? I apologize. I know I said previously last question, but this is important."
I mean, I didn't really get a chance to give him a once over. Tia was gathering information on him. I was going to look it over. No one could really see the consular without, going through a bunch of security checks.
Did you get his name?
Von Recklenhausen, I think. I don't know his first name. Tia would know.
I will speak to Tia. Thank you very much. This has been very insightful.
Of course. While this conversation is happening, Dahlia, is there anything you would like to be doing? Because Librix is very much closely engaged with Emmanuel.
I might just want to kind of almost accidentally seem in, just nudge the door open to that room just a little bit, see if it's open.
Alright, make a thievery check. That's kind of catch all for sleight of hand and everything else.
Oops.
Alright, that is... And because of your pigeon, can actually give you aid you on this. So you see the pigeon just sort of like flap up, let out a squawk, just in time as the door squeaks open, to just sort of like cover up that noise. So that's technically a 25. You crack her open just a little bit, not enough to arouse suspicion, and instead it looks to be a very resplendent office of sorts. Peeking through, you can see what looks to be a desk, and there were probably sheets of paper on there that now look to be scattered about. Desk doors are open, as if someone was searching through them, but that's all you can really see from your vantage point. And you kind of get the sense if you push your luck any further, Julianne is going to notice.
I'm going to get caught. Yeah. Just curious. All right. I'll try to get that door. No, it's fine. I'm not going to push it. Just gonna ask. So there's art galleries, right? Anything else on this floor? The window that she burst through. Is that someone's office or?
I mean, it's just mostly offices up here. Oh, and it just kind of reaches out, so I must have cracked open. Bit windy. Pulls the door shut.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just offices up here. Consular's office. Got a bunch of other offices down there. It's a...
Sure, and nobody was working in the offices when she came up here.
No, I mean, the consular was downstairs, was talking to someone.
Right.
That was it.
And you did not... Oh, I'm very sorry, Dahlia.
No,
Please.
it's all right. I know, that's fine. So, like, where would you say you was when you shot at her?
He, kind of walks away, like, a little bit distance, towards, like, the art gallery, and just stands in front of that door over there. And, it's probably a good, maybe 15 feet to the window.
Right. Okay. And you shot her twice.
Shot
she
him
was
twice,
going
and she jumped through.
And you just
Yeah.
went through the window.
Yeah.
Wow. It's quite a day for you. Not every day somebody you shoot someone, I would hope.
Did you
Yeah.
find any evidence of her perhaps going through any of the other rooms on this floor?
Oh, no. There's no evidence of that. It's just going for the most valuable thing, most expensive thing, the egg that I gave you. Be careful
And she
with that.
dropped that on her way out.
No, I took it off her when we brought the body in.
All right.
Was anything missing?
Just the egg.
So nothing else was taken?
No.
Okay.
Emmanuel, I rolled a check for just now against your perception DC and against Dahlia's perception DC.
Oh.
He looks very, very uncomfortable at this sort of line of questioning. Very obviously so. Like you're pulling on a thread that he does not want you to pull on at all.
If only we had a lying check.
We spoke to a man who witnessed the fall of Anilasa. He mentioned that someone approached the body and took something from it. You wouldn't happen to have any idea what that could be?
No, I wasn't out there at the time.
But nothing else was taken?
No. Maybe she had, like, a coin pouch or something, and just grabbed that instead.
Quite a brazen pickpocket to steal from a corpse in front of an embassy, no?
Yeah. Listen. People are shit. People are shit out there. Who knows why people do the things they do.
People are shit in here.
Alexias just out there smoking a cigarette. People are... I'm sorry, people are...
People are shit in here. As in you're a shit liar.
All right, I think we're done here for now.
Oh, yeah,
I think
I'm
we're
so
all
sorry.
gonna have
I'm
to
so
get
sorry about that.
Uh,
No. Look, it's our first day. It's a big case, you know. I'm so sorry. Look, don't want to get off on the wrong foot here, right? So let's just apologize for my colleague. I know you're under a lot of stress. We're under a bit of stress.
Make a diplomacy
People
check.
mistake all the time, right? It's fine. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
No!
I'll say this: we have 20 minutes until we're calling the session. You've got like 2 more hero points, cast. So
Yeah, you have a hero
Yeah,
point, right?
I'm
Oh.
burning one. Go again, please. Ugh, still not great, but better.
Better, not that much better. You just kind of. His like eyes are turning like very, very cold towards Emmanuel. It's like, I mean, fine with you, but that guy, out.
Understand? No.
No, that's
Totally.
completely fine.
Sorry. Okay.
However, I do have to tell you one thing, my friend.
Oh, God.
I am not going to leave this case alone. And if any further crimes come to light that may or may not implicate you or anyone else in this embassy, it will be pursued. But if you were to say, tell me the truth now, I only really have a vested interest in preserving the peace.
Make an intimidation check.
My first roll of the day.
Oops, sorry. That was my-
I'm going to hero point that.
Yeah, do it.
That's better.
Better.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
No.
He's like, well, I wish you best of luck for that because there's nothing untoward happening here. Good day, sir.
Good day. I'll walk away.
Walk away.
Good of you.
I think he kind of beckons you to follow Dahlia. Just gonna make sure he gets out.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, he'll lead you both out, and then you can stay inside the building if you want. But he watches you walk out the door to join Alexias outside in the rain.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hello. How'd it go in there?
Mostly good. Mostly all right. Yeah.
This is good. Hey, Richard, I wanted to know if while this has been going on, if I can make an esoteric lore check on this blood.
Sure.
And see if I know anything esoteric about it,
Absolutely.
if you will.
Go ahead and roll that. Recall knowledge check again. It should give me.
I think I have an esoteric lore specific roll.
Yep. Oh, roll that then.
Okay.
I really wanted to do one more thing, but we got to go.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You sort of, while the course of this happened, you've been smoking, you've been kind of experimenting, maybe putting a little bit of ash in some of the blood, trying to get a sense of what it is, what to speak to, or that kind of thing. And you've got all of your pouches for like different regions, different like things, just testing, exploring, figuring out what's wrong. Whatever necromantic energy, whatever blood this comes from, this necromantic energy is specifically undead. Something that is not alive, not human. But something that probably traces of the bleak gate, which is the world, the plane that people pass through when they've died. It's black. It's not black in the way that when blood dries, it's black. It's just black, almost as if it were made of like shadow stuff.
Well, this blood we found, did Emmanuel tell you about this?
Yeah.
I ran some tests.
There's like electricity in it.
Yeah, there's a kind of static maybe coming out of it. I wouldn't say it is electric blood. It is more, there is traces around it. Huh? More importantly, it is undead blood.
Undead.
It is, to quote my teacher, shadow stuff, huh? Traces of the bleak gate.
Huh. Alright. Well, we tried to look at the crime scene, but a lot had been cleaned up.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, no, they moved fast.
That man is not telling the truth about something important.
Of course
Emmanuel.
he is not. He is Danorian. They did not tell the truth about anything.
Alright. He he called him a liar to his face, so
You
I
did.
don't think the security chief is
I
going to
did.
be
High five.
alright.
Oh,
I don't think he's going to be very friendly towards some of us from now on. And that's okay. That's fine.
I'll have to
He's
give him a
definitely
really good
lying though. So
Yes.
definitely lying. And I
Perhaps
think
for now, it is just enough to know that he is not telling the truth or all of it.
yeah.
I have an egg.
What? What
Yeah,
I
is
have
it?
an
egg.
egg. This is what the man said he took from Nilasa, the woman.
The dead one.
Yes.
Okay. It is-
He said this was the only thing that was stolen, which we know is not true.
Hmm. Okay.
But perhaps this has some significance. He did not want to let me take it from the crime scene, but
Hmm.
I did not give him a choice.
And it looks like a Fabergé egg. It's what my notes say.
Yeah. It's basically
Yeah.
like a nice
Fancy egg.
I've never seen one of these before. I don't know if it's magic or not.
Can I do a esoteric lore check on this as
Sure.
well?
Go for it.
Let's see what we got here.
You know what? Fabergé doesn't exist in the sport, so I'm going to give it a different name. This is a.
Ooh.
You are 100% confident that there are mythical creatures out there that lay these kind of eggs.
Bejeweled, beautiful eggs.
Well, I can tell you, I've seen something like this before.
Mm.
This is no mere ornamentation. Huh? This is the living egg, and it
Okay.
is full of magic. I can sense it. No, can't you? I'm sure. Holding it.
I feel its power.
Okay.
We should be careful with such things.
You
Sure,
can take it
yeah.
from me. No,
Oh.
wait, I'm responsible for
I
it.
will not touch that.
It's alright. You can.
Should I be touching it?
I don't think anyone should be touching it. We should put it in a bag and take it to evidence. Huh?
Keep it in the bag. Just keep it in the bag. It'll be fine. I'm
What
sure
if I
you'll be
break it?
fine. I mean, that fella had it in his pocket, right? So, like, can't be that bad.
But
Just
at
carry it
what
around in his
risk?
pocket.
Be safe, my child.
Oh my god.
Put the bag very gently, very slowly back
Be careful,
over.
you can take it.
Uh,
Oh my god.
meanwhile, inside, away from this chaos, Sanai and Lou and Vincent, you come strong, you come up, kind of meet roughly around the same time. I think Sanai, you probably exit first, because into the lobby first before anyone else, because you're closer. You see Julian Brooks quickly whisper something to Tia, angrily, and then he just sees you enter. You need anything, or we're all good?
Yeah. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just ready to get on with my day. Sees the other two of you come up. All good. Ready to head out? Oh, you got a question. Great.
GM question. If I cast Walking Nightmare and fail, do they know who cast it? Can they
Yeah.
tell that I okay.
Yeah.
But if I succeed, can
They
they
will
tell?
also know that you are casting a spell.
Even if I succeed?
Yep.
Okay.
There's something you can take later on if that's something interesting, like some sort of subtle spell, feat, to sort of hide that kind of thing. But right now, they would know you're casting a spell. It's definitely a lot of hand motions, words,
Okay.
all of that. So, okay.
Okay, never mind. Thank you.
Okay. Aye. Well, there's nothing else. All good?
You said he was talking to Gia. Is that who you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tia.
Yeah.
Tia.
Yeah.
The secretary.
Tia.
The secretary
Yeah,
of
Tia.
front desk. Yeah.
Sorry. I go over to Tia. Is everything okay? He seemed a little upset. Are we bothering him? Did we do something?
Julian's still there, is like, just make sure they get out, give them what they need, and just heads upstairs. Tia says, everything's fine. Yeah. It's fine. I think one of your companions was a little bit of a prick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or a big prick, I think.
Oh, did you want this? Right. See if she wants this pastry. It was given to me, but I'm not really hungry.
Sure, I mean...
Have you eaten any of these today?
Oh, no, I've been out here like all morning. I haven't had a chance to take my break yet.
Well, then you probably... No. You should get better food than this. No. Get better food than this. If you haven't eaten all day, no, not a pastry. Okay. Food. Eat food. And then she just walks away and starts coughing.
You want this? No, you ain't even this. No.
Oh. There's a lot going on here.
She looks at the two of you, Lou and Vincent. Anything you need?
No, thank you so much, Miss Tia. Not on my end anyway, not to speak for Vinny.
Aye. Well, have a good rest of the day. She gives you
Thanks, Tia.
Thank you, Tia.
Ooh.
You all exit and join the other rest of your companions in the rain outside the Genoan Embassy.
Oh, I need to go back inside. Oh shoot.
If you're going back inside, you should talk to Tia because she has some
That was what I was
information
going to do. But I was just so
About
so
what?
discombobulated
Information
because
about what?
I've been kicked out of the embassy.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
He said you were a prick.
Well, he was a prick first. He was lying.
Okay.
I believe that.
What
He's
is
a liar.
What is this Tia about, huh?
So you remember the description Bernard gave us about the mustached man?
Hold on 1 second. I was asking Dahlia.
Oh, sorry.
Right. So, yeah. Well, he's died. You know, like the fellow with the mustache. So, Emmanuel asked about him, and Julian said that's the doctor. Tia was talking to him. He wanted to see the counselor. So, we need to talk to Tia about whoever the doctor was. So, maybe she
Dahlia.
knows the name. Maybe she knows what.
Dahlia, you're really good at talking to folk, and especially I think folk like Tia. But would you just ask her that man's name? The man with the mustache?
Well, that was why I was going back in.
Thank
'Cause
you.
I just got really discombobulated because, like, you know, they called the man a liar in front of. Anyway, that's fine.
That was you did that, right, Emmanuel? You called him the liar.
Yes.
High five.
We did
Again,
this already.
we're doing it
I
again.
don't know that this is
I'm-
right.
You don't even want to come with me?
I'll go with you. I was just talking to her.
He got really, really uncomfortable when I started to talk about what was missing. And it seems strange that the thief only took one thing when we know we took at least one other thing because that's what the mustache man took.
That is correct, yes.
So they are covering it up.
Mm. And Bernard didn't tell us what it is that the mustache man took, huh?
He did not see it, apparently.
That is why he's too far away. Mm.
But Vinny said that I should maybe touch on this when we're a little further away. But I think I have a bit more of an idea of what might have been taken. But I don't think we should
Set
talk
off.
about that here.
All right.
Should we go to the other side of the street?
I think even maybe a little bit more secret than that. But first, maybe Dahlia and Sanai, you said you're going to go inside?
Just need to find out about this doctor fellow before we go.
Dahlia and Sanai head back inside. The rest of you kind of like put some distance between yourself and the constant other side of the street. Tia looks like, oh, back already. Did you get something, do something, or?
I've just had a quick question. So,
Sure.
Before you, it's okay. Take a deep breath. I put my hand on your shoulder. I cast guidance.
oh, fantastic. So, there was a visitor here earlier. Kind of a fancy looking fella, just waxed mustache. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
dark hair?
Yeah, I know. I'm the doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah, he submitted like a request to speak to the counselor.
Right. Did you have his actual name? Was he called Doctor?
Yes. She kind of like scans through like papers and pulls out. His name is Dr. Wolfgang von Recklinghausen.
Okay. That's quite a name.
That's what I said.
Yeah, alright. And he wanted to speak to the counselor. Do you have any idea, like, for what?
No. I mean, he was just here. He was talking to some people. Actually, the girl that died today, she was talking to him for a little bit here in the office. But when he heard the gunshots, he just like immediately ran out.
Okay. And what was he? Do you know why he was speaking to Nilasa?
Oh no, I don't. I try not to eavesdrop. It's impolite, you know.
Sure. Did they seem like they knew each other at all?
Oh no, I think they met just today. It looked like.
Interesting. I'm writing. Okay. And that was, you just wanted to see if you could speak to the counselor. And
Yeah, I mean the counselor was already in another meeting today, so he wasn't able to
sure,
take
of
the
course.
appointment.
Did you take down anything else from him? You know, some way to contact him if anything became
No,
available?
I got his contact information. I know where he's staying. And she says, the House of Bluebirds, and she'll give you an address. Please don't make me come up with an address. She'll give you an address.
I won't do that to you. It's an address.
11111 Street Road.
Absolutely. Yeah, you loud and clear.
No.
Thank you so much. And has he been here before? Or
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, say that again.
has he been here before?
No, I didn't recognize him.
Okay.
And outside of you and his desired meeting with the chancellor, no one else spoke with him?
No, he was just waiting patiently.
Okay.
I mean, he and I talked about a little bit. He was a little bit flirtatious, if you know what I mean. So,
Oh.
Dr. Tex. Doctor of medicine.
Doctor, I don't know what he was a doctor of. Just,
Flirtation.
probably. I've never seen a doctor of medicine like carry a rapier around with him before.
Oh,
Absolutely.
streets are dangerous.
Yeah,
Doctor
dangerous in a
Harry.
good way, if you know what I mean.
He had a little bit of a swag about him, a little bit of a
little bit of swag, a little bit of like a mysterious, hidden kind of purse.
had glasses, the goatee, mustache. Almost makes you want to fly out a window. Sorry, that was a lot. That was a lot. I'm sorry. That was a lot.
That's right. Everyone deals with grief in their own way. Right. Well, thank you so much.
Of course.
Right, did you know Nilasa very well?
I mean, we were friends. I mean, she and I talked a lot while she was working here. I like to get to know, like, all of the staff.
Sure. And nothing seemed off about her lately, right? She didn't seem like nervous or not asking a lot of questions or anything like that. Anything out of the ordinary.
No, I mean, she came in, she talked to me for a bit, she bought like a box of pastries, she took them into like the break room for the guys, came back out, and chatted for a little bit more. She went back in to talk to like Brayden and everyone else, came out, headed upstairs to do her job. Or what I thought she was doing a job, but
Sure.
I guess not. I guess I didn't know her at all that well.
Okay. And how long did you see Julian very long before the shots went off?
I mean, he made his way upstairs, and then it wasn't maybe like 5-10 minutes after he headed upstairs, I heard the shots.
Alright.
Back. Alright, we're back. Alright, we're good. Alright, we're back. Apologies for disconnecting again. I'll figure out why that happens. But
The internet.
any other questions you want to ask Tia?
No.
I think
No.
that's all I got right now.
Okay. You head out to join the rest of your companions across the street to figure out your next steps. You have a lot of leads, a lot of clues, a lot of things to discuss as we try to solve the mystery of who murdered the Lasserine. What is happening? What is the motive? What is the reason? We'll find that out next time. And at that, we will end the session for today. So thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. See you in 2 weeks for our next session. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you then. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, chat.
Bye.